Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and we're going to play some D&D 5th edition. If the numbers are correct, I'm told this is session 30, which is very possibly one of the longest running games I've ever done. So, yay. So let's start off here. We'll go around the table. Tell us who you're playing.
I'm David. I'm playing Thanos. He is a 14th level druid that happens to be a human.
I'm intern Kyle. I'm going to be playing Rogar Klethienthaler, a level 14 paladin warlock hybrid, but he's a dragonborn.
That's important. He's a dragonborn. I will be playing. Well, I'm Nerdarchy Dave, in case you didn't know. I'll be playing Uthengar of Clan Black Iron. I am a soldier wizard fighter, and yeah, we're gonna make some D&D happen tonight.
My name is Kurt. I am playing Henri Jean-Jacques d'Ombre-Noir. He is a drow diplomat, bard.
Also known as Lucky.
Yes, my friends call me Lucky, and I speak with an outrageous accent.
I am formerly known as Nerdarchy Ryan. I'll be launching the Dream Syndicate YouTube channel, which will be launching in November or December of 2017, so in a few months on. And I'm playing Lord Lyndon Hemsworthy, the ruler of Gryphongaffe, and a halfling.
And a rogue.
And no,
A tailor, former tailor.
Tailor, Tinker Tailor. That's right.
Me, the Nerdarch here. I'm playing Arbalae Salmir Dan, a high elf, merchant, nature cleric.
All right. So last session, we had arrived back in town, or the players had arrived back in town, and Lyndon, Lord and Mayor of Gryphongaffe, had been away for months. So he quickly decided, I need to check in. And when he got back to his desk, he was greeted with mountains of paperwork and was unavailable for the majority of and all of last session.
I was playing budgets and bureaucracies during that time.
So
B&B.
In all of that, you learned that there's been quite a lot going on in town, and you've been dealing with drug issues, that there's several different drugs that are going around town. There's been attacks on the wall and dwarven soldiers, and before you can even get through all the paperwork to sign to figure out what should be done, what needs to be done, one of your people comes and says that your actual allies and companions quickly brought in the culprit, and it was none other than Aeson's former apprentice, Obsid Stranded. He was hauled in, he was thrown into shackles, and before you could even go and confront him, he literally disappeared from the jail cell.
Yeah, well, I would think this, I mark it in my mind and think this is very likely of an ally of Aeson Shardgal, because he's a loose cannon. Probably at this point, I'm like signing papers with both hands, a quill in each hand, double fisting bureaucracy.
And, the second that you finish getting through the paperwork with this stuff has to be dealt with now, that's all signed and sent on to the right paper. These are this can wait till tomorrow. Someone comes in and says that the town is on fire. And when you...
Percival, wipe my brow! And then a servant comes over and wipes a bead of sweat from all the paperwork I've been signing.
So you quickly find out that the town is not literally on fire, but there were creatures that were living flame that appeared in the middle of the noble section of town.
Oh, good. So Tuesday, right? Yeah.
So I don't know what you want to do with said information, but these guys ended last game fighting a very pitched battle against a Balrog and a whole bunch of elemental creatures.
Crap out of it.
Well, I mean, I would have gone down personally to see what happened and probably shown up at the very end of the fight.
Awesome.
Right?
So you guys are well, it's actually one of the longest running combats we've actually had in a long time.
Less than 2 minutes.
Well, true. So you guys are mopping yourselves up from the fight, You're standing, within sight of the Redaris Manor that you've been kind of observing, waiting for the noble Celeron to actually appear. And when you went to question, chaos and minions and what have you appeared. Aeson steps forward and says, okay, now that that's dealt with, I have this missive from my former master. I trust you guys can take the manor. I bid thee adieu. He grabs Boken and he vanishes.
Well, that was rather abrupt.
Well, I guess he didn't want any of us to come with him. So I would continue to tend to the wounded.
Does Taris go with him?
Yes. Yeah, he needs some
Muscle.
some muscle in case his master actually has a problem that needs dealing with. So, what do you guys, do? He's saying he's tending to any of the wounded. Do any of you actually have issue?
I don't actually think I was hurt.
I'm not even down 30.
Yeah.
I was. So.
That's right. You were heavily wounded.
Are you healing?
Oh, that's right. I did
Always.
take some fire damage. I took 48,
We were
right?
knocked down.
Well, we might take a short...
Multiple times.
And that was just last session.
Yeah, you were...
See, the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I took the protection feat, figuring that people next to me would be getting hit.
People next to you.
Good call.
Is there no one next to you ever?
There's no one next
No,
to me.
I look to my left, I look to my right. There's no one there. Ever.
I see a Balrog picking it up, taking a bite
Would
out
you
of it. I
like
don't
to
wanna
change
guess
out your
that.
fighting style?
Yeah, I just might, actually.
I have no problem with you.
Defensive.
I was thinking defensive. It's either defensive or duelist, but probably defensive.
Yeah. Tank,
So-
tank, tank.
Cranking that up.
Perhaps we should take a short rest and catch our breath.
In a game mechanical sense.
In a literal and game mechanical kind of sense.
So, over the course of the hour, you guys, kind of plot and strategize.
You're doing a Song of Rest?
I can definitely do that.
What is that? Is that D...
It should
that
be
is-
D10 now, right?
That's... No. Oh, yes. Song of Rest. I will definitely do Song of Rest. And so anyone that spends a hit die to gain back some hit points during our short rest will gain an additional D10, which I guess you can roll your own D10.
Yeah.
Unless
You
want
would
me to
just roll it when you're rolling. So, Lyndon,
one extra D10.
Yeah.
Sadly.
you arrive. You see the burn marks pretty much all over the cobbled stones. There's some that have like layered patterns to the scarring,
Good. I'm down 3.
but it's stone, so you know that it can be scrubbed and cleaned. And this is the noble section, so it probably will happen by somebody. And you see your companions, and some of their clothes are in horrific shape. How dare they actually get their clothes that you've so sewn for them burned and tattered.
I'm probably beyond actually getting...
Helmsworthy, you've missed quite the romp.
My word, would you be caught dead in such attire? What are you doing? You have a reputation, an image to uphold.
Henri is spotless, of course.
Okay, good work. I expect as much as you.
But of
Good
course.
sir.
Let me explain. No. It's
me
too
sum
long. Let me sum up. And Henri will give you the highlights of the party's doings for the last, I guess it was 3 days actually.
Yeah.
A few days, where we've discovered a quill problem, which has apparently been addressed. We've captured the person that was assaulting the dwarves and sabotaging the wall and writing graffiti, which turned out to be Obsid, who is now mysteriously missing.
So relating to that, I seen Aeson in betwixt Obsid disappearing and Aeson
No.
aspirating. Well, it's good that Terry went with him, because I mean, who knows what Aeson's up to? Maybe they're in collusion.
With Obsid, I cannot say where he is right now.
I mean, he's a loose canyon. He's a
I cannot say.
he is what keeps me up at night, good sir.
And for those of you at home, that was very choice words said by Lucky.
But of course, they are always choice words said by Lucky. Also, he goes on, furthermore, due to the knowledge of our newly found compatriot, we were able to determine the origins of the resurrection of the blood cultists. For it was a high-ranking noble whose only job it was to stay hidden and to make sure the blood cultists survived in this city. And that was Lord Solaren of the House Radaris. And we have confronted him, and with the paperwork that you provided, had a warrant for his arrest. But,
Yeah, my hand's stiff from all that signing. My word.
Salutimon. Let us say that he resisted arrest. Hence, and turned into a flame demon, and his minions disintegrated into beings of fire and necrosis. And so there was a
mess.
There was a scuffle.
Scuffle. It ruins one's clothes, or has the potential to do so.
Yes.
I mean, especially if you're an unskilled adventurer.
Yeah.
I pat him on the back.
I flick an ash off of my sleeve.
I pat him on the back. Well, it is good that this matter is handily taken care of, and good work. Good work, all of you.
It seems like, though, for every blood cultist we kill, 17 more pop up.
Well, if you've ever gotten blood into a garment, you know how hard it is to get them out.
Perhaps we will find more clues as to the activities of this cult in the House Radaris here.
Well, I guess we shall take a peek around. Let's do so.
Now, is Rogar... Does he have any insight as to what might have happened to our Lord Solarium here? Does he have a feeling which one way or the other?
Well, either he himself transformed into the Balrog, or it was a juxtaposition that he went somewhere else and the Balrog showed up. Nobody.
Well, Rogar's pretty thorough. He's not convinced that he's gone.
Does our dwarf have any theories on this matter?
I feel like this noble in particular is going to be quite wily, and his master is unscrupulous, so I suspect we'll not be seeing him again. You know what? Can I Arcana that shit? Be like, try and figure out what happened, piece it together. I saw him explode, right, into blood. Ooh. Come on, roll one so we can use the new one. Well, that's a 19
That's
on
a
the die.
19, yeah.
So that's a 28.
You would easily bet your clan that he was replaced by the Balrog.
Oh,
So he still exists. He yet lives.
Oh, you think he still lives?
Yes. He would bet his entire clan holdings on the magic that was performed was a
switcheroo.
I've never known a noble to leave behind his fortune. I say we check the manor.
Well, at least for the good of Gryphongaff, we can confiscate these goods.
Fortunes can always be reclaimed or replaced, but one's life and skin is another matter. So,
Well, bear in mind that rumors of my demise were much exaggerated at one point in time.
so I
You
think
also know that the mindset of the cult, fortune is a means to an end. It is not what's important. It's the power and the things that they believe in.
So, from my knowledge of the nobles in the area, did he have any next of kin or other people that would have been living in the household, or?
There was probably some. There wasn't any direct, like, brothers, sisters.
Okay, so he doesn't have brother, sister, children with him, wife.
Right. But there are, like, some cousins or that kind of stuff that are in the manor. But if his mission was to keep it hidden, he probably would have kept it hidden from his family.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking if we go barge in there, are we going to, like, disturb an entire, like, set of people?
It's highly probable that there'll be some normal people there.
Okay.
Well, the melee that happened right on our doorstep with demons and burning things, they probably are unawares if something had happened anyway, so let's be on with it. So you guys haven't opened the front door yet either?
No,
we haven't
Correct.
gotten
You
there.
guys, they were finishing up a short rest when you arrived.
Yeah, it was 1 a.m. and we decided to call it.
Yeah.
It was 1 a.m. and the players wanted to stop.
So
The DM was humbly reminded that in the heat of the moment,
yeah.
some hours had gone by.
Well, I remember very vividly what happened last time you entered a house without thoroughly checking the outside first.
That is a good point, good elf.
So, Master Dwarf, if you would not mind,
I'll
Helping
also
me check around the area.
I'll be discreetly taking a look as well.
Perhaps we should just burn it to the ground and sift through the ashes.
many of fine pieces of art burn.
That's that.
But that's true. They may have procured some dwarven wares.
Also, if he has written notes about further clues, evidence that would be destroyed.
And innocent people. That would also be a good thing to watch out for.
There is that.
So I'm going to cast Fine Traps.
All right. Your thorough looking, your spell work reveals nothing out of place along the front door or the entryway. Thorough examination. There does not appear anything.
I think we should go in Miami Vice style.
Kick in the door? I've never seen Miami Vice, so I don't really have a beat.
I'm just assuming it's kicking.
But I'm going to wear a blazer and jeans. I think that was a part of it, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Cover me, Ragnar.
I didn't get a mullet. Like, the guy had a mullet at the time, right?
Oh, no.
Flail and shield in my arms. Rogar's ready.
I was just getting ready to start fighting up close. Now you're getting rid of your protective. I could have used it.
You don't need it.
I do, in case you roll 20. I needed to give you agita.
I'm just gonna have you make saving throws.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, if you roll a 1.
Yeah, you got me covered. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not that lucky. I'll roll a 2.
Yeah. Well, then you're beat. I got nothing for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could always do that variant thing where you got to roll your defense value.
Just
The variant fuck you roll.
So does anybody else have a plan on how to enter this manor?
Oh, who's
The
The manner in which
Speaking
we'll
of
enter the manor.
Yes.
manor
What
manor.
manor will we enter the manor?
I could take a peek in.
do you need a boost?
Sure. Why not?
fastball special?
Rogar.
Well, is there a window that's kind of look in?
Hmm?
Is there a window to look in?
Nothing. In this. Nothing on the first floor.
Is the door locked?
No.
Oh.
Hemsworthy, you did fill out the proper paperwork and everything so we could do this, right?
Paperwork should make. Of course, I figured.
Paperwork? I'm the mayor. I don't fill paperwork.
I
am the law.
Badges? We
So
don't need no
I'm
badges.
gonna stealthily open the wall and
We don't need no
take a
stinky
look
badges.
around for things.
All right. So it's a spectacular entryway.
Well appointed.
Do they have a peeing cherub fountain?
They do not have a peeing chair.
It looks like they have a fine mohair tapestry in the background, and look at the curve of those chairs. So I'm like describing the decor.
Marble pillars and
Lifestyle of Gryphongaff's rich and famous.
yeah. This is clearly one of the wealthiest families in the town, and their manor totally suits it.
Yeah. So I'm also looking for like lurking things that'll kill us in a moment's instance. So.
And nothing seems out of place here. It's quiet. Arbelason, was able to tell you that despite the size of the manor, the family that was living there was dwindling. It is literally down to Solarin and 4 of his distant cousins.
Okay. Well, I wave people on. Oh, looks as safe as one could say things would be, to me.
I swing the door
So,
wide and kind of stride in a few steps.
I'll ask Harvelason, so what line of work was he in? Air quotes.
Garbage.
As you cross the threshold, you get a sense of confidence and power kind of just swell within you.
Within you.
Yes, within me.
Just stand still.
Stand still, Lenny.
Yes, the rogue has encountered my traps.
Very stealthy.
You okay, Ryan?
Nate's quite the obstacle. But I've overcome him. I've overcome the.
Next time you're better off just crawling across the table.
I'll just climb over Nate's lap. I think that'll be good.
I could have moved in.
Yeah.
So I suppose as that happens,
What's this
Rogar
pillar
kind
doing
of-
there?
You see his chest puff out. His shoulders are raised a little higher than they normally are.
So, anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher definitely sees a sense of change in Rogar as he crosses the threshold.
Not me.
We're at 17.
You have a passive perception of 17?
Yes.
I will. Yeah. I'll give him a sideways glance, but I'll keep that in the back of my head. Yeah.
So do with it as you will. So again,
Do the environments make you stand up taller there, my dragonborn colleague?
Do I actually notice it? Like,
oh
do
yeah,
I feel like it's that the environment, or do I just?
well, you can link it to however you want, but it is without question. Entering here, you feel powerful. You feel confident.
I feel we are getting close to the end of the trail of the Solarian.
We know his ties, right? He's
Yeah, he's got the the mark on
He's
his
been fairly
on his
open
forearm.
about it.
Yeah.
And he's said that he joined the cult to try to kill it from the inside, and he's been a double agent.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I'll do with that information what I can. Keep an eye on him. If I have to slip a blade between his ribs, so be it.
Wow. So regal, so merely.
I wasn't always a mayor, goddamn it.
Yeah, before that he was a simple tailor.
Yeah, that's right. I don't say any of this out loud, but it's an internal dialogue. So unless you can read thoughts, jog on.
Well, since you happened to mention it.
I have a powerful spell.
All right,
You
so
mentioned
I am magi.
so you begin examining the manor, and I don't know whether you decide you want to split up to search faster,
Don't split up the party.
or stay together. What is your desire?
We're on to your tricks. We're not going to split up.
Blue team, go.
I was just giving options. It's not a trick.
Oh, that's a trick.
all right, so if you stay together, it takes you a couple hours to thoroughly inspect and look for any kind of clues or anything that looks out of place. You do encounter a couple people that work here, but when Lyndon steps up to up to the mayor, they kind of all right, I'm gonna back off.
Do you detect any tainting of the servants?
Do I detect any tainting of the servants?
He inspects their pants, is what he's saying.
It's a horrible job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, a little lure.
You do encounter one of the actual nobles of the house, and he kind of gets uppity at first, and then he kind of steps back and takes all of you in, and just kind of gawks as the not sure how to how to respond, because technically you're in his home.
But does he want to go to prison?
But, well, it's more about, he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, I mean, I present the writs and do the whole like actual. We're here on official business.
He's like, "All right, listen, do you have a piece of paper?" And he starts writing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So he identifies himself
Official business.
as Freston.
Freston.
And
I'm a big fan of the Freston and Steve show. Good Squire.
So he
Preston Rodaris, presumably.
Yes. So he totally says, all right, well, whatever it is that you need, I don't know what's going on or what cause you have, but if there's any way that I can be of assistance to expedite this, please let me know.
Well, as this is still under investigation, we can't divulge any details, but your cooperation will be noted, Preston. Thank you so much for all of that and being such a good and worthy citizen and taxpayer of Gryphongaff. And we will be out of your hair as briefly as possible. Honestly, we mean you no harm, and thank you for your vote.
For your charitable donations.
So, has our search for evidence turned up any evidence?
Out of the last 2 hours, you came across absolutely nothing that gives you any link to the cult, anything that seems wrongdoing, anything that seems out of place.
We
I take it we found his office, his study.
You have not gotten that far. There's quite a large number of quarters here.
Wow.
You've gone through the first 2 floors, and I'm assuming you guys are giving it the
once over. Well, I would have just asked Preston, like,
Yes.
where's the office?
well. You didn't see him until you got to the
Libraries,
second floor.
offices, and basements is where we'd probably start.
Yeah, and we get him to further note your cooperation. If you could give us lead us this way.
We need access to business holdings, what businesses are in, where their money comes from.
So, as I believe I had said, earlier, they're a family of money. So it's literally been
dividends, banking.
Yeah, it's banking, it's investing. They really don't have to do anything.
They're proper nobles. Yeah.
You don't really know how this works, do you, Ted? Once you stop making money.
No, actually, there is a
in
certain class of noble that they were basically big venture capitalists, like in the earlier days. They would
Yeah,
make
but
money
they
by
still have to have
having money.
holdings.
Yeah.
Like, the money has to come from someplace. There's always a trail. Follow the money.
Yeah, but real nobles don't work. Like, that was the
No,
definition.
they don't work,
Yeah.
but they own businesses
They
that
own
do.
real estate or,
Yeah.
or factories or whatever.
We must follow the
All right,
money.
so then it will be real estate then, if that makes you happy. They own land.
That makes sense.
Then we burn it and salt it.
They're slumlords.
So
Yeah, we'll definitely concentrate on.
So Freston will lead you to the 3rd floor. He says that they don't have a basement. So
That sounds suspicious. That sounds suspicious.
Thank you for saying it so I didn't have to.
They definitely have
You should probably just decapitate this kid right now.
Yeah. No basement, eh?
How old is Freston?
Dang, he's right. There's no basement. Oh well.
he's young, probably early to mid-20s.
Okay. Well, once we get into the offices, I imagine there's like a cart with like liqueurs and things like that, and I'll offer to make a drink whomever wants one. It's good. It's good for the digestion.
Do they have a wagon house or stables for horses?
Yes.
Of course. Later. We should definitely look
Take
through
the
the
offices.
office
So-
with our
Give me when you get to the offices and you start messing around with the liquors, give me a random D20 roll.
Random. That's a 9.
That is a 9.
Everybody
just
Ooh.
all right. So you go to grab one of the bottles, and it doesn't move. So you fidget it with it a little bit because that's the one you wanted, and the wall along the back side begins to shimmer.
What a stupid place to put a secret door.
I imagine,
A noble that wants his
Sir
drink and
Freston,
wants to
you're
go.
not aware of this illusionary wall.
He's like shocked.
Does he seem
I have a
actually
more
shocked?
important matter
Yes,
to figure
insight.
out. Does the stopper come off the bottle?
It does not.
I can't get whatever. This is false
I want to
advertising.
tap it to see if there's actual liquid in there.
It does not.
There's. Oh my god.
I take the
Fuck
next
bottle.
best thing first. All right, never mind that. And then, all right, we'll deal with this in a moment.
After we have our drink.
Yeah.
Then we go through. Okay.
Yeah, we need to have a madman cocktail hour.
So what do we observe about the wall besides its shimmering?
It looks like it goes to a hallway, but you're at the back of the property.
So there shouldn't be.
It's a portal, essentially, right?
Or
it's
portal or
illused.
extra-dimensional space.
Or it could be an illused wall. Illused.
Well, it couldn't be an illusion because there's no building back there.
So, looking down the hall, what do we see?
Red. It's
That's
a
Nice.
the floor, the walls, the ceiling is a deep dark red.
But it's like
At least
actually
it-
looks like still a hall of a house, though.
Yes.
Okay.
I would
Very
fire
dangerous.
their interior decorator.
very dangerous. You'll go first.
I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah.
Feeling good. Does he feel even better when he steps into the hall?
Well, are you guys stepping through, or are you staying in here to do any kind of, looky-loos? What are you doing?
Nah, this is
We
pretty
should-
obvious. We should check the hallway.
We might want to investigate the room just to make sure there's nothing.
This is the first thing they want us to do.
I'm at least reaching my hand through.
Oh, well, there's that.
I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like kind of like touching my hand through to
All right, so
see.
you reach through, and you feel right as rain.
You feel your hand vanish.
Well, you guys check out the rest of the room. Me and Rogar will go down the hall a little ways. I'm feeling pretty confident. Listen, I pretty much soloed a Death Tyrant and did all right.
You live. It's true.
Anyone else? Anyone else? And I'm still. I'm
All right,
Yeah, the more he drinks, the
surely-
more confident
I mean, I
he
kicked
is.
that Balor straight in his nuts. He hardly even did anything to me.
Barely.
all right. So let's go. We'll look
First,
at
he
this
wrecked
paperwork.
him.
Yeah.
That's why I bring him with
Very
me.
good.
Distraction.
Just gotta double check something real quick. Is there a way to lock the door that we're in right now? The door in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Kick Festus out. Festin.
Yeah.
All right. First, in there, we don't wish to endanger you. There are some. I will let on to the fact that there are some dangers goings on, and if you were to either vacate, actually yes, if you could vacate the premises, I think it would be safest for you, just in case.
You might want to take your servants with you as well.
Yes.
I will certainly do so. I imagine you'll let me know some way that if
When
there's an
it is safe
issue,
to
or if you
return?
need me,
Nope.
or when it's safe to return.
You probably should not leave town.
Right.
Don't
where
tell
where
him.
where would you go? And let me know, and I will
Well,
send
see,
word to you.
he gives you the address that he'll be at.
Okay. Is it like an inn or a person's house? Or?
That's a person's house.
I'm like,
Got a 12.
Okay, so you have no desire to pull your hand out. You want to go forward.
Okay. Well, then I guess I do so.
I got his back.
All right, so the two of them, they cross the threshold, and you swell even further. Like this is where you want to be. There's clear.
Oh, great. A swollen dragonborn.
Nice.
Last
He's
thing
on-
we need.
Next thing will be Roid Rage.
Engorged.
I even let out a guttural, kind of like almost a low growl.
He's
like,
also.
So
Getting
I'm
close.
poring over the books as I am having
So,
everything.
Dave, you don't even need to make a roll. You cross the boundary. You see, Rogar give a big old smile, and his stride seems to lengthen a little bit, and you know that you're not anywhere near Gryphongaff. You can look through and see your companions, like fuzzy though they may be. It's kind of like a
Through a
bad
mirror darkly.
webcam, but
Through a mirror darkly.
but they're there. But this place is wrong.
So it's safe to say my tail's wagging at this point.
Nice.
I don't have a tail?
You're Dragonborn. What do you think you are, kobold?
So a couple quick swings of my axe and mutter under my breath that I vanish from sight. I continue walking with Rogar.
Your companion has left you.
Keep going, my friend. I am here.
Okay.
His meaningless reassurance is nothing. There is power to be had here.
Oh boy.
That sounds pretty not good.
Yeah, this is all inside of his head, though.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So
they're marching on.
So they step across. You really can't decipher the details to see, Rogar smiling because you're looking at his back, and all of a sudden, Uthengar vanishes from sight. It's up to you guys as to whether you want to.
Oh.
You guys know he's a spellcaster. Your own interpretations, what you want to do with that. It will be some time to look through the books, several minutes. If you go right to the desk and look at any of the things that are there, you could spend hours in here reading the different books and see if there's anything hidden in any kind of pages or secret compartments.
Since I'm a brother Seamus, as it were, I do the things that I would do if I were him because I do have some of those things going on.
All right.
And
So, do you have expertise in investigation by chance?
probably not. Let's see. Yeah, my expertise is not in investigation.
Okay. Well, for this particular thing, I will allow you to make it with expertise.
Okay. Come on, don't fail me now. Alright, so let's see, if I were to double that, so that's 10.
So who needs
to. So 19.
I have one written down, but I never changed
19.
that.
It's a 21.
One written down.
Let's see, do I have. I have 2.
Nate? All right, you have checked the things that you would do, and you're pretty confident that this guy has covered all his bases. His own relatives in the house have no suspect, and there's a portal.
There is
in
the
his
obvious
office.
portal. Yeah.
So, if there's going to be anything, it's probably going to be in there.
In the portal. No. I did not have the benefit of a portal.
Our companion has vanished.
You're like, damn it, why didn't I
I'm
know
not
that?
certain that
Maybe I
they should be
give
left
blood
alone.
cultist. Yeah, well enough. And casually, as I'm like, thumbing through these papers and all.
Maybe just bring some with you. Oh,
Yeah, I'll bring a small sack and I will read it on the walk. Yeah.
and bring one of the bottles with you.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Just see it. Huh? Book in one hand, bottle in the other.
the first room that you get to is a mirror of this office.
Oh boy.
Literally, you walk through, and you think for a second, other than your missing companions, it looks exactly the same.
Ah, mirror, mirror on the wall.
So are we all going through this shimmery wall?
I'm assuming you're at least a minute behind them,
Okay.
because he
Fair enough.
did a quick investigation of,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
going to
just
look in
looking to
drawers.
see if he had nice clothes or any musical instruments, because
Or magically nice clothes and magically musical instruments.
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I figured that I'll leave this room to Lucky and Helmsworthy. Is there anything in this room?
Alright. You know there's no L in that word, right?
What?
Hemsworthy?
Helmsworthy, whatever.
As in hemming.
At least he's consistent because he also spells it Helmsworthy.
Every time I listen to the Scarlet Sisterhood, he keeps saying Helmsworthy, and I'm like, ah!
I changed his name.
Yeah, that's
like
the
a
dark.
god.
That's the Dark Mirror version of Hemsworthy. That's the
That's
changeling.
because it's too close to Chris Hemsworth. We can't have copyright strikes.
No, but he's a tailor. Hemsworthy, it's not worthy unless it's Hemsworthy.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It still isn't worthy.
Is there anything to kill in this room?
No. Not unless you want to attack Kyle.
Is there a door?
There's a door exactly where.
All right. Go kick open the door.
I absolutely give it like a little shoulder ram to the door.
Alright,
It opens and you bounce off of it.
Alright, so you go to kick at it, and it doesn't move.
It kicks back.
Because it's a
into
pull
me.
door.
Touches it with his shoulder, and the door opens.
This place seems to like you, son.
I think you've just been lacking on your exercises. We continue down through whatever.
So the sconces light as you begin walking. You look closely along each sconce is a hand carved sigil of that bloody slash. So each one looks slightly different, yet they all look like care and pride was put into it. You kind of have this mental war of appreciation and disgust at looking at it. You know, part of you is sent here to destroy it, but there's a part of you that feels like, well, I was part of this. There's pride, there's strength in what's here. So you kind of looking at this confidence that you're feeling, and you're a little torn as to what's going on here.
I probably stop for a moment to really appreciate it up close, kind of running my finger and my talons along the scratch, and while doing so, I see my ring of a Dalen. I'm kind of recoil a little bit, continue to keep going down the hallway.
And Dalen, your deity.
Yes.
Your other master.
Yes.
It's hard when one has two masters.
You continue going down this dark path.
Indeed.
Nice juxtaposition there. Double entendre, if you will.
Well, as my character would probably say, sometimes the dark path is the only way forward.
All right, so you guys go down the path, and eventually you come to the mirror image of the study.
Mirror
the office.
Does Spock have a little goatee?
There's no Spock.
Okay. So
you do see, an open doorway ahead.
Well, we figure we'll hear things if something goes awry, so I'm going to look at the paperwork in the dark mirror office.
All
I'll
right,
see if I can notice anything.
It's all just written backwards, it's the exact same stuff.
All right, so
And I'm kind of shadowing Hemsworthy to just assist him where I think.
as you
Is
begin
necessary.
looking at the bookshelves, the script is certainly odd and disorienting. What languages do you speak?
Well, I don't have anything infernal or anything like
Okay.
that. So
Well,
if you need
Dang,
infernal,
you got a lot of
language-
odd languages.
Yeah. Well, they
It probably would have come up, so I would just.
these
hand
are
it
all
over.
races that he would have dealt with as a diplomat.
All right, so you can clearly read all of the stuff that's here, and it seems written mostly in Abyssal, although there is a couple things that are written in the language that even though you know it, you still feel it's just wrong.
The language of love.
Oh yes. Oh, the language of love.
Deep speech.
Oh, yeah.
Love, that's the really wrong stuff. It's when there's a trowel.
All right.
I imagine you look at the desk, and clear as day, there's a roster, if you will, and many names have been crossed off, and there's more crossed off names, and it's give me an insight check.
Insights. Something I do well. 23.
All right, so you kind of gather that just from the way that they're crossed off, there's agitation in the script. Like,
Do I recognize any of these names?
there might be one or two from your previous dealings or travelings to Gryphongaff, but none of any real.
I haven't been here in a while. Okay.
But it's you might say that from that you're gathering that he's frustrated, that he's possibly losing more members than he's.
Oh, so I think these are members,
Yeah, they're
not people that he's trying to bump off, but rather
No,
his members.
it's a roster, not
They're
a
probably
not a hit
allies
list.
that
Not a
we
hit.
fixed.
Well, okay. Yeah, the only name I would possibly know was the half-orc that had the spear that they interrupted in the basement of that one place that they may have mentioned to me when they were telling me their stories, if I remember. Which I personally don't, but okay.
Well, it's up to you. As to, I'll give you agency. You can. It's yay or nay. Your call.
Trog.
Yes, that name. That's the only name I recognize, and that one's scratched out with especially angry strokes. Like,
Yes.
dang it, I lost a key member of my cult.
Yeah. So that
Dang it. I'm sure that's what he said.
That's all I know.
Golly gee, gosh darn it. Hecky darn.
Well. All right. So, you've got it here, but that confirms the names that Rogar had given. There's several names that he's got.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Federid Demorden and Scalar are on the list.
They
Not
are
crossed
and
off.
they're not crossed off. So that definitely keys you in as to who these are.
Attention, Lord Mayor. I believe this is a list of the cultists that are currently active, at least, well, perhaps in this city. We should keep this
Good work. We
and round
we
them
shall.
up.
As soon as we deal with the portal to hell, I guess it is. Sure, absolutely.
Perhaps.
When you examine the books on the shelf, they're
Typical
Right.
light reading.
in no way, shape, or form. I mean, there's some that are like guides to specific demons. There are various occult rituals and things to gather power at the cost of your mere mortal soul.
Oh, stuff that would be in my mother's library. Okay.
So
It
you
seems
have
like home again.
you have a hard time deciding which book on that shelf screams the worst thing I should read, even for you.
You might actually literally be screaming, but okay. So we'll gather up the roster on the desk.
Well, I think we have sufficient evidence. Good work here.
I do believe. Shall we continue to fellow our colleagues, or call them
Sure.
back and exit this realm?
I think we should take a look around. We're well prepared for anything that should occur. We'll follow the trail.
Well then, Henri will cast Death Ward on himself.
All right, so you guys, as you travel
How long has it been?
several minutes.
Okay, I'm visible.
Okay. You guys come to yet another doorway, and it leads to again, Dave. You attempt to open it, and it seems sealed shut. Yet there's no doorknob or anything that would seem how to actually unstick it. And without missing a beat, Rogar just lifts up his left hand and pushes the door open as if it was just any other door, and it opens without any kind of issue.
I kind of look at him funny. Interesting.
When the door opens, it leads to a winding stair that kind of slopes off to the left, and it starts to descend.
Okay.
Well,
Down I go.
perhaps we should wait for the others now.
Almost like begrudgingly, I decide to wait by my dwarf friend's side.
So, a minute or so later, you guys come upon them at another open doorway. Rogar's kind of doing the 5-foot pace, back and forth across the portal, and Uthengar's kind of patiently waiting, as he is known to do. standing like a statue.
Finally.
All right. Well, unfortunately, the fun hasn't begun without us. But let's be on with it.
We have found some very incriminating information in the office that you passed by.
The most incriminating information.
It's a list of many of the blood cultists, some of which have been removed, undoubtedly by your fellow compatriots. It includes your nestmate, Scalar, and Arbalison's relative as well.
Well, this much I know. Hopefully, we could find some information that I'm not yet aware of.
Where do you think this leads to?
Hopefully, right to Solarium.
Ah, well done.
All right. Well,
Lead on.
This place seems to be responding strangely to our new friend.
In what way?
The doors are not barriers to him,
They are barriers to...
and I'm finding them difficult to open.
They will
There's
open for
resistance.
him, but not for you?
That is correct, as well as the lights are following him throughout the hall.
Yeah, you look upon the door and there's no handle, there is no spot to turn a key.
Well, we will.
Well, then it is quite remarkable that he is here with us. Perhaps this is the reason that he showed up with our teleport. For without him, how could we go on?
Correct. I'm just making you aware.
I've probably already strided down the stairs.
Are you trying to subtext that at all?
No, not really.
As he walks away.
He's already
speaking my mind.
subtexting. It's like, this guy, there's something creepy going on.
Well, basically, as he walks away, I say, "Well, if we have to."
See, he
What a
did the
mayor.
he did the subtexting for me.
Politicians.
There is no honor among mayors.
I'm only saying if he turns on us, of course.
Well,
Because blood cultists, I mean, of any stripe, are not particularly to be trusted. We've put many to the sword at this point.
It is true. It's
Oh.
almost like a second job.
Yeah.
Is Rogar's name on the list?
yeah.
Is it crossed out? Does it have a little asterisk? Down at the bottom it says, use steroids? Or...
Nope. His name is on the list.
Well, I mean, yeah, they could have not been awares, or he could be a dirty traitor.
Good call.
We must be on our tippy toes.
See, things I've thought as a player but didn't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking it for you.
There you go.
Out loud. Pointedly.
Well, you know, you have to weigh the fact that, like, he has a pact
Oh, yeah.
with Narcitus. So whatever, you know, until that ends.
He's still
Only one way to end that.
he's still a potential.
Well, two
No,
ways.
there's
Two
multiple
ways.
ways.
17 ways. There's exactly 17 ways to end it.
17's a good
I actually think we
number.
did a video on like 3 different ways or something like that. That could be wrong.
Link down in the description below. Just kidding. I mean, you can go find it.
Yet another reason to watch
I just linked up
Nerdarchy.
to your new channel that has nothing on it.
Yeah.
Gotcha, sucker.
It's like
He's just been Ryan rolled.
yeah. It's like that's where I was gonna go. That's where I was gonna go. Like
He's never going to give you up.
never gonna let you down. Turn around
anyway.
and
Moving-
hurt you, hurt.
All right, so you know, you guys kind of stand back for a moment or two to have that quick word. You know, Rogar, seeing that you guys are all here, he just starts stepping forward, and you know, his heavy plate mail rings loudly off of you know, each step as he strides confidently down the stairs.
Ah, the element of surprise is taken.
And here you can see the lights kind of reacting to his presence as the sconces, you know, shortly ahead
Place
begin.
kind of knows he's here. I mean, honestly, it's not really.
Now,
Blood calls
whether
for blood.
it's the fact that he happens to be in front and it's reacting to a presence, or whether it's reacting to his presence, you aren't really certain.
We're gonna presume.
Why do the lights
latter.
turn off as soon as he
Yeah.
leaves,
No.
and we're all walking in
I'm
the?
not giving the benefit of the doubt here, so
the dark?
I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt here.
Friendship.
I mean, we could test it.
Magic, I heard.
Yes, and magic is heresy.
Hold up, Rogar, and I will walk out in front.
Actually, he's the only one that can really say that. He's the only one without magic.
Well, he might
yeah.
not stop.
Yeah,
Every one of you is a
He might
caster of
just
some
keep
kind.
going.
Well, I asked him to.
I'm not
He can
sure.
choose to
I'm
stop or
not
not.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
You're the
You're
only
the
one
only
that
one
can
that does
say.
not cast spells.
Yeah. My spells is my goddamn it.
That's right.
So yes, I do pause for a moment as wow, I just forgot.
Uthengar.
Uthengar actually
UTH or
just strides in
UNTH?
front of me to test the lights.
UNTH.
Unthingard. Okay, good.
Something.
That's how I've been spelling it.
So you get to the bottom of the stairs and you kind of keep forward, and the lights do not react to you.
It does not work for dwarves. It must be dragonborn and blood cultists only.
Or just blood cultists.
So after another short hallway, it opens up, this time without a door, into a large circular room. You see the lights come on in the room when Rogar is about 10 foot from the end of the hallway, I guess you could say, and the lights fill this whole huge room. Scribed upon, well, I can't even say scribed, carved into the stone floor is the sigil that you've seen one too many times or way too many times, and in that carving you can see it's filled with some dark liquid, which you're probably assuming is blood.
Oh my god.
At least they're consistent.
Do we see this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with those, I'll sidle up to the only arcanist we have, saying, "Do you recognize what sort of chamber this is?"
Do I recognize what sort of chamber this is?
It reminds me of the summoning chambers back home.
It could very well be. I mean, you'd have to get in and inspect it further.
Do I recognize it? Having
You have not been to this place before.
Well,
Or place
I guess
like-
the first thing I'll do is I'll ritually cast Detect Magic.
Alright, so that takes a minute for you to cast. So, you guys begin talking and casting, and about 30 seconds in to your casting, a voice echoes off the stone. It is rather rude to keep one waiting.
do I recognize the voice?
Yeah.
Do I know who?
Yes.
Who?
It's Solarian.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's that.
Well, I suppose then, if you've waited here, we shall keep up with our appointment then, Solarian.
Do you invite us in? Are we your guests?
Be our guest. Be our guest. Oh, the blood cultist symbol starts singing and dancing.
So, you are more than welcome to come into my circle.
Do we see him?
No.
Just a voiceless
It's just a
image.
voice.
Yeah, just a voice without a face.
Well, I mean, it's quite rude to not show yourself when you're being our host. I mean, any soiree I've ever been invited to, the host is ready to receive me.
Are there any pillars or anything around?
In this plot, no.
And how big-ish is this room?
It's a 10-foot corridor that you guys haven't crested to see into the room. Like, you know that it's, if you're going to guess, it's probably 50 foot of lighted sconces. So if it's circular, you've got 15, 20 foot on either side that's hidden by the walls that you're kind of hiding behind at the moment?
Strategically placed behind, thank you very much.
But not too far behind.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Has he? But he's gone into the room.
He was waiting
it
with you guys.
tentative.
I mean,
Yeah, it was- I suppose I approached the doorway. I mean, when anybody tells me to enter a circle, especially if there's
Yeah, I don't know if
demonicness,
we
I'm
were
not
going to
really
need
too...
magic from this situation. Well then.
I stride up to the doorway.
So as you crest that, you do see, as I had said, on the left side, you do see a doorway there. There's a doorway across. But on the right, there's stairs leading from both sides up to a raised dais. And then as opposed to a full human in robes as you would expect him to be, you see what appears to be the red robes are there, but Solarian's visage is and hands, any exposed skin appears to be made of blood or covered in blood. You can't really tell.
Someone appears to have been busy.
Is there like creepy, chanty Gregorian music?
Nope.
Seems less legit.
Yeah. I then this guy can't be that. He must be a pussy.
Unless there's encounter music. I don't know. There will be soon though.
Well, unfortunately, because we have this, we can't really have that. We used to do that kind of stuff.
No, we didn't. Not that much.
We used to do it all the time.
There was basically Manowar in the cone.
Yeah, there wasn't it wasn't themed towards what was going on.
I've done that on a handful of occasions.
I call into the room. I'm still not sure, because I've seen some weird blood magic. I'm still not sure this is entirely him. Solarium! Come face your sins!
Sounds very judgmental.
Is it I who should be facing my sins?
Dun
Or is
dun
it
dun.
you?
Oh yeah.
You feel the carving or the sigil on your arm kind of burn, and you're at the same time the finger that has the ring on it. Like, is that on the same arm?
Yes.
They're both warring, and you're trying to get control of that arm, almost as if you're, the two patrons are warring with you. It feels like it's an hour of a struggle, but it really happens like within a span of seconds. So
And in the back
your
of your
arm is kind of like clenched. When you've used your arm too much, it's like, ah.
I will atone for my sins with your head.
That's fighting words.
I was just gonna parlay with him, to be honest. No, I'm kidding.
So much for that.
Kidding. All right. I believe it's about time to roll for initiative.
I thought we were getting ready to have tea and crumpets.
That's not good for me.
6. That's a 6.
22!
Oh, my initiative is significantly better now.
Why is that?
Because I am a war mage.
I'm at 15.
Oh, by the way, be careful where you stand when I cast spells.
This seems a little bit.
Why is that?
Because he's not an invoker anymore.
Oh no.
So that means when he casts Fireball, he can't deselect your squares.
Oh, that was a really
Maybe I
convenient
should have kept
ability.
protection.
All right, so I had a
Oh, you
13.
switch from
14.
okay
21.
Everyone's gonna switch things.
15.
It's all gonna be good.
12.
We got 15, 14, 13, 12.
And we're both at 6.
You're at 6.
We're both at 6.
No,
I
he's got 12.
rolled a 6. I had 7.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, yeah, I'm at 6.
it's physically impossible for me to get 6.
Nice.
Come and knock on my door.
Yeah, no, my dex is a -1, so I don't have any other bonuses to my initiative.
My dex is a 16.
Mr. Roper.
I'm gonna hold my initiative towards the end.
Did you go super
really
early?
strong.
Yeah, I got 21. I'm like, this is a waste.
But
I don't really have much.
initiative's an ability check, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you
So
had
you
your.
So I'm going to, since I'm now 14th level, I'm going to, just to try it out, use Peerless Skill and add an inspiration die to my initiative. So I'm now 23.
What is the point? You're probably already in front of
Just cause.
Just
Just
cause.
because I could do it.
Just cause.
So I can go before you twice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold my initiative for
So I
later.
can go before you twice.
All right. So, what are you doing?
Oh, it's my turn?
Well, you bumped ahead of the only other person ahead of you who was holding his initiative.
Well, the
Right,
thing could have
wow.
went. The baddie could have went first.
Let's open up with a little song. Do. And we'll just play a little Henri's irresistible dance.
Little ditty about guy with no skin.
Yeah. One creature, unless he's immune to charm, one creature begins to dance and cannot move. He is on
Ever since you suggested everybody in that one fight, everyone's immune to charm.
problem.
Are you making
Ever
him do the
since
hammer
I
dance?
mass suggested the red caps,
Yeah.
everyone's immune to charm.
Is
But
it the hammer dance?
All right.
Can't
So,
touch
saving
this.
throw?
Exactly.
none.
None? Okay.
Now, this is what happens. He has to use all of his movements to dance without leaving his space and has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and attack rolls. While the target is affected by the spell, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. As an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to regain control of itself. And on a successful save, it ends. So it basically is a guaranteed uses up
round.
one of his actions.
Okay. So he begins dancing.
How does he do? Can we get a performance check?
Can we get a performance?
What a performance.
And,
performance is charisma, right?
My music is so amazing that it will inspire Rogar.
Oh, I thought you were going to inspire him to do that answer.
That actually would
Well,
be
when it's his turn, he gets to make a saving throw.
We have our awesome battle music going. That's
Yep.
nice. Set.
It's a 12. It's not very good.
You call that dancing?
I've seen better. Simon
Actually
Cowell.
rolled.
So,
You call that dancing?
We also lose our action
it's
because we
fun.
spend it, ridiculing
wow,
his dance.
that's just.
Yeah.
So,
And the DC's 18.
all right. We've got
So
combat
it is at
stuff going on.
disadvantage.
What was that?
Disadvantage.
So we got you, we got you,
Thanks to the magic of the
we got you.
instrument of the bard.
Zibba.
Zibard.
We got you.
And that is my 6th level spell for the day. Bink.
That's what I think about that.
That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. Now, where did I have it?
Nice. Second turn level 4.5. To challenge 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah. I'm level 14. Unless I'm one of those.
You master.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What the heck is that?
Lucky says,
that's him.
she said, I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round.
Is that Lady Gaga? No, that's Michael Jackson. MJ.
Alright, so we'll put him here.
Yep. Woo. I was going to have all Metallica songs tonight in honor of them performing at the Link last night, but I never got around to that.
That's okay. They stopped making music after the Black Album.
Alright, so
I
here
have to
is
agree.
the room. Here is the hallway that you guys are in. Rogar stepped into the room, so we're going to say you're there. Where do you guys want to be? Because from the hallway here, you're not going to be able to see him.
Oh, I'll go up to the entrance, play my song, and then go back
Okay.
to the back of the group.
Alright, so What about the rest of you? Are staying in the hallway?
Well, I mean, are we in initiative? Is this pre-initiative?
We rolled initiative before
Prematurely.
like everybody was really ready. This
Well,
wasn't
okay,
set
so
up.
I would go into where I could see him.
Okay. Alright, so,
I kind of want to beat the crap out of him, so I'd probably go in there as well.
alright, you want to be in front of Dave or behind Dave?
Behind them.
Do we want to draw this?
I'll be beside Lucky
That's all right.
if it's a 10-foot corridor. Because like I made the comment basically trying to get him to come out to us. So yeah.
Who's the other? Oh, that's our
That's Nate.
relation.
Yeah. All right.
Got it.
So, at initiative 20, the sigil on the ground begins to glow.
I choose to disbelieve.
Okay, well, then you can disbelieve.
Nice.
What the heck does that do?
Nothing.
In this edition, nothing.
And a creature like comes up from the blood,
Put it back.
and it seems to be made of other creatures that have been sewn together. It's got eyes, but it doesn't really have a mouth or a nose. Blood drips from everywhere that's been stitched together. It is not like this, but it appears.
Like a flesh goleming kind of thing?
You got the blood.
Oh, no, like a, oh my gosh, that's horrible looking kind of thing. Great, okay.
It's got wings and a tentacle.
Yeah, put it back. I don't want
I don't think those wings are very effective.
Is that a critter compendium monster?
It is from the Critter Compendium.
Put that thing.
Is there a link to it in the description below?
There can be.
Just gonna be 10 links all to your channel.
It's gonna be 10 links to the same exact video. That
Figured, why not try out something new?
Something new, something different.
So Nate, we need to figure out where you are.
Well, I would have seen that happen. Did everybody go?
Back at his hunting lodge.
No, this is
I cast that
Would
spell
you
that
have
lets me
walked in the room?
teleport back to my shrine, and I decided to not include anybody else.
Would you have walked in the room, or would you stay in the hallway? That's the question.
yes. Would you have walked in the room to see the guy who was talking before
Oh,
we
heck
rolled
no.
initiative?
No.
Okay. All right.
I was trying to see where he was because I didn't even know he was around.
All right.
just
So
don't
at
know.
initiative 20, that thing materializes out of the blood that was on the ground.
Question. How big is it?
It is large. So it's
10 foot by 10 foot
to
by 10
12,
foot?
10 to 12 foot tall.
Okay.
So about that difference in size.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay. Okay.
It probably doesn't even lift, though. We should be fine.
So you held your initiative.
Yes.
Kurt went up and made that thing dance.
Yep.
20,
Still
that
playing.
guy appeared.
20, that guy appeared. If you're still holding, I'm going to try and see if I can stop dancing.
Okay. I'm gonna hold.
He's a maniac. Maniac. You know he's disadvantaged in certain saving throws.
On his dexterity saving throws.
Well, he's a maniac for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
All
now
right,
is
so
the
does a
time.
wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, DC 18, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Wow.
He
Dexterity
really
saving
does not
throw,
want
you
you to
say?
stop dancing.
He's getting out the glow stick at this point.
This is a very
All right,
catchy
so
song.
disadvantage is counteracted by advantage.
Yes.
And I missed.
Straight roll.
Yes. It's the first Save or Suck spell I've cast that didn't go away immediately. So I'm very excited about this.
Well, I can't always have things go my way.
Most of them, but not always.
This dude.
So the guy that's made out of blood is dancing.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, this guy's made out of blood.
And he's not even doing it well. He rolled a
Yeah, he
12.
rolled
a 12 on his performance. He's got some.
His performance.
He just dances like a white guy.
12 is above
Pretty
average.
much.
Yeah, well, that means he's not really good.
Yeah, he's not really good. He's
Well, 10 is like you're passingly
He
okay.
doesn't have rhythm. He doesn't have music.
Who can ask
Well,
for
he's got
more?
music, right? Are you a company? Are you like?
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of operation do you think this is?
All right, so So when the creature appeared, those that are in the room, you guys, the three of you, feel like you're in pain, please make a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence.
Oh man, I'm glad I
Add
bumped
plus
that by
3 because I have my
Because you're.
yeah, I'm a
thing.
paladin.
Oh,
I got my
heck yeah.
radius, whatever you call it, aura.
So do I add my wisdom mod to that?
Ooh, yeah.
No, it's intelligence.
I'm in intelligence, but words didn't.
Well, you should have something under saving throw.
He doesn't have it written down, so it's just the one.
It's 23 for me.
It's a 25 for me.
19.
All right. So. All right. So,
You
you're
get
you're
your
managed.
proficiency bonus because druids get intelligence and wisdom proficiency for saving throws. Not that it
That's
might
why you
matter.
should have
So it'd be
this
plus
stuff
5.
So he's fine. You all seem to shrug off whatever it was that he was trying to do to you.
And do we all have like an aura of cleansing light around us?
Oh, cool. That was his action. So as his action, he tried to stop dancing. And
Yes.
All right. Who's next?
It's still his turn.
Oh.
So he's gonna go beat up on him.
Yes.
Always.
It's not me.
Always.
Well,
How
it's
many hit
just
points do you have?
Tank. Right now, I'm at like 85, I think, after the heals.
Did you not
What is your max?
heal the full?
Yeah, I didn't heal the full because I didn't know. Like he said, he was tending to wounds, but could we say that I was at max after the short rest and everything, or
Well, you could have
expensive hit
burned hit
dice.
dice to gain hit points.
I did?
Okay.
You didn't flag down the cleric, huh?
if he wants to use spell slots, I have no problem with that.
Either way.
You always gotta flag down your cleric.
Yeah.
Or expend all of your healing.
Yeah, you could use more than one hit dice.
I have probably 2 misses. This is pathetic.
Okay.
I hit AC 13 and AC 18.
When you're down.
I'm down about. Well, I'm bad at math. About 25 points.
Okay.
You know
About
what? Matter of
math.
fact, I'll just burn the lay on hands and I'll get that back to myself. So
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right, so 18 misses you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he comes up and he comes in at you with a shoulder and a very massive forearm, and you manage to duck and jive, and you get missed.
He comes with a massive forearm, Mean Gene.
All right, Ryan.
Oh, the humanity. All right. So, and that's the doorway right there, right?
So the two of you now need to make intelligence saving throws, please.
Okay.
How far does your aura go?
It's 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Ten
Mine
feet.
was
So
in
we're
10
not.
feet of
Yeah,
him?
we're not. within
So no bonus from Rogar. He doesn't care about you guys that much.
All right. Well, that is. I'm debating whether I want to figure out a way to intervene on that or not. So that's a 15 for myself.
All right.
14.
14. All right. So
The
you
plus
guys
3
begin
would have helped.
reeling in pain. So you take a massive 5 points of psychic damage as you feel pain radiating from any of the latest injuries that you may have faced. It just seems like you encountered it again, and it's like
Okay. Means I have to do a concentration check
All right. Let's see.
of 10.
DC 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't acted yet after me?
10. All right.
You just barely made it.
Just barely made it.
Okay, you haven't.
I haven't gone yet either.
It is your turn, Ryan.
Yeah.
Everybody but Kurt has not gone yet.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is, let's see. I kind of know what I can count on the druid to do.
Yes.
Um,
I can do stuff.
I don't know what's gonna happen with him, but I'll say that the demon looks a little sluggish to its left side, and so this way you'll have advantage for one of your attacks. And I'm also going to move forward, hurl a dagger, and then move back to exactly where I was standing. So, he probably is aware of me, so no stealthiness. And I'm gonna cash in my sweet inspiration, I think, to reroll that, because that was crap. Alright.
Much better.
Yeah, that's an 18 on the die. I'm gonna just
I'll toss
presume.
that in.
Can you
Alright.
hand the chitney? The chit.
Here you go. Was that Nate's? 2,
Just give it to me.
So,
Just give it to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just goes down to the next person on your left until.
yeah. Alright, D4. Alright, so that dagger is a +2 weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's +7. Come on, Yahtzee! Oh, that's not bad.
Nice.
3 6s there. Alright, so 18, 20. Plus some math.
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, 28, 20, or 30, 34, 37, plus 7 is 42.
Nice.
42 points of stabby, piercing magic damage. And then I will go and stand behind Arbalason, because I'm pretty sure I have the move. So, there we go.
Okay.
Go into the breach, my stalwart companion.
Alright.
With advantage.
Wait, who's
Didn't
it?
you say you gave him
No, I gave it to.
him.
Yeah, him.
So
He's inspired and
telling me to do all that
advantage to do
transform,
that.
I'm assuming, right?
What's that? I knew you were gonna transform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So. Oh,
Wow.
this is gonna be fun. Okay. So, do I have to make an acrobatic check to do a backflip off a wall?
Are you doing that just to maneuver?
No, I was gonna do that and then land on him with my tail.
That's fine. Just put yourself where you show.
Parkour.
And you're huge?
Ankylosaurus.
That's the thing we use for
Fair enough.
Ankylosaurus. It looks better
cool.
than the Ankylosaurus.
That's a 6.
Good job.
Okay. I'm assuming that's not gonna hit it, so I'm just gonna. Here you go.
Even with your advantages and stuff?
He doesn't have any advantages.
Oh, did they give him a whole
No,
bunch?
I gave it to Kyle. I don't trust David. Has bad dice rolling. Like, he doesn't-
Does
like even if he had advantage, I feel like he was
23 hit?
It does.
Oh, thank goodness. 46.
So that tells you that your roll of a 6 probably would not have done it.
7. So it wasn't. Okay. So 13 damage.
Plus
So you didn't take the psychic damage.
Plus 4.
Why is that?
Or did you?
17.
I did.
Yeah.
This is higher than
First damage. I mean,
It wasn't the first damage.
tells it him.
No, he did. And he did more than you. There you go.
Significant amount with my mighty dagger.
Alright, so I will cast Melf's Meteor.
Melf's
minute meteors as
goodness.
5th level spell. So 10 of them begin circling me. As I begin in the guttural dwarven tongue to swing the axe above my head. As I start swinging it around my head, the meteor starts chasing the axe. And then as a bonus action, I wing 2 of them at that guy so he can make a dex save twice
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right. So
Because he's dancing.
He's a maniac for sure.
Dex.
Is that him?
Well, I'm assuming you want the 1, so that's a fail.
I'm gonna make him have him reroll it.
Um,
Just kidding.
17.
Yeah, my DC is 5, 4, 9,
Wow, he rolled well.
17.
He made it.
Alright, so here's the full. Ah, you suck. That's it. Suck it, baby. So he's going to take a total of 6 points of damage.
Man, you're a beast.
I know.
That was so worth it for those lot.
It was. Hey, but I'm going to do it for the next 4 or 5 rounds. With that, I action surge.
And do it again.
And I cast haste. No, I can't do it again. It's a bonus action, and I don't have a bonus action. I will cast haste, and I will charge that guy with my axe and smack it. I hit it with my axe. And I use inspiration to hit it with my axe.
Hopefully.
That should absolutely do it. That's a 25.
Yes, that hits.
All right. So he is going to take 9, 12, 15 points of damage.
And last but not least, Kyle.
You're still holding?
Huh?
You're still holding your initiative?
Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's anything for me to do, so.
What?
Is this a start? Is this a start?
On
He's
the
the
end.
Okay.
So I'm just
I'll
wondering.
go after him then.
He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
I was assuming you were holding until you tell me you're jumping in. So, was there somewhere else in there you wanted to?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
All right. What do you got, Kyle?
Cleric's not as exciting
So,
when you got almost nothing left
My
to do.
friend, the
Oh, you're out
mayor,
spells?
warned me about
I
its
used a lot.
left side. So I actually use my channel divinity, and my flail that's made of blood actually glows with the holy light of Dalen, and I am going to attack with advantage. 24?
That hits.
All right. And then that would do. When do I declare smiting and stuff like that? I could do that when it hits, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I'm going to
The only time you have to do it beforehand is if you're actually casting the paladin smite spells.
Gotcha. Okay. So then I'm going to smite.
And even those don't take effect until you actually hit
Yeah, that's
their
right.
concentrations.
So I'm going to smite and use my Mace of Despater.
All right.
And let's see what happens here. That's a lot.
All right. So what warlock spell slot were you using on that
First.
first?
So, wait, hold up.
I thought the mace was D10s.
No, it's, I asked if I could use a flail, so it's D8.
No, the mace of despair, the ability.
Is it? Oh, well, I'll just take
I'm
this
going
one.
by memory, so.
Okay, I'll look it up. Well, that's
So was it
35.
35.
39. Yeah, that's 39.
39.
Yes. And it also needs to make a strength saving throw, DC 16, or it's fallen prone, because I've just hit it in the left leg.
All right. So what was the DC?
16.
16. He has got absolutely no problem with that. 16 on the die.
He laughs at you. Ha ha ha.
Dang. Well, I still have one more attack, so I'm going to do that again. No advantage this time. Oh, and I'm going to...
That's a 1. Wait,
You
no,
can reroll it.
Reroll it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's your
Burning my
There we go.
reaction.
Finally.
There we go.
Don't roll it again.
First combat.
10, and then I'm also going to use this Bardic Inspiration to add a D10 to that. I don't have any dice today, I apologize.
You
So-
should apologize.
26?
That hits.
Okay.
Additional 2d8 force damage per spell level.
And I can only smite once per turn, though, right?
No, every time you hit, you can smite.
2d8?
Alright then.
Pretty sure.
You said
2d8, yeah.
Okay, so there's d8.
2d8.
You can expend a
well, in
spell
that
slot to
case-
deal an additional 2d8 per spell level.
Okay. There we go again. And that is 24.
Yeah, hand me back that little piece of paper.
Knock it back because I don't know which D8s are yours.
I think
Some of them are his and 2 of them are yours.
you should borrow them all from the same spot.
Yes, I know. I
This one
apologize.
isn't mine.
That one's not his.
And this one isn't mine.
That one is yours.
No, it's not.
You sure?
I have yellow dice like that
Okay,
too.
cool. Then in that case, could I get 2 more D8s?
We're here. Why don't you just borrow from? I got like a ton here.
Okay.
Give him all his dice back,
Gotcha.
and we'll just share
What
the.
happens when you don't plan the game? Okay.
All right. What are you doing, Nate?
I want to see if I can look through the doorway and see this guy.
You would have to go up to the doorway.
Ah,
You don't see
I'm not
it.
really that interested. Okay, so I have to do that?
If you want to see him, yes.
Yeah, I want to see him.
Okay.
So move me up.
All right. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, it's gonna be so hot. Oh, yeah.
Don't roll 1, I already burned.
You're fine.
Alright. I am going to cast Sacred Flame on that guy, so he's going to make a dex check, which I heard he's bad at right now.
He gets disadvantage on dex saves, right?
Yep.
Why?
Because he's dancing.
I thought the other guy.
Because he's the dancing queen.
Yeah, that's the person I'm putting
Wait,
on.
who are you casting at? The
The
demon? or
blood little guy.
The caster. The
The
Solar.
guy with the noodle arms.
Lord Solaren. Yeah.
Yeah,
The guy dancing.
Lord Noodle Arms, actually.
Yeah, Lord Noodle Arms
Gotcha.
of the house.
Noodleless.
How can you even read what
He's
this
fine.
is?
It's a 20.
He's with disadvantage.
Oh, we
Now
have
he's just
advantage.
dancing
Disadvantage.
with
They count.
He's got
pyrotechnics.
spell advantage. I'm casting a spell
yes,
against
of
him,
course. All right.
so it's just
So
regular.
neutralizes. Understood.
Yeah, see, so that's why I didn't really go earlier. Because it was just going to be disappointing. Huh?
What did you cast?
Sacred Flame on him.
He's down the
It's,
counter.
it's a dex check.
It's save or
Dad,
nothing.
can I borrow
Yeah.
the
Cantrips.
manual real quick?
I have a few spells left, but I'm not going to waste them without knowing what's going on. Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
So he can act normally. He just has
He has to dance to it.
he has to dance to it, right?
River dance over.
The only way to
Decide you want different ones.
is to use an action. So if he doesn't use an action,
Slice a cup yet.
then you can.
Yeah, you might.
the
In case you have to
spell
fire one of those dice.
Right, but he can't move from the spot. But he
Correct.
could act normally besides, right?
Can he interpretive dance his spells at us?
Yes, if he chooses not to stop dancing, then he can stand in place and do something else.
I love this idea.
Use his
I'm
action.
in support of it.
All right, you're up, Kurt.
Power word kill.
Well, close.
Power up jazz hands!
Do I feel that that blood creature would fit in a 10 by 10 by 10 box?
Yes.
Well then, I play a new song, still very danceable.
Force
Man in the box.
So you're talking about this guy, right?
No.
No, he won't. He will not. No, because he is.
Oh. Well, that's fine. They can go beat him up while this guy just waits around for a while. Yes, well then, I will place him in a force cage.
Okay.
Force box.
Force box.
So he's dancing inside a box.
He's dancing inside a box. Boop. And there goes my 7
Now
level
he's a
spell.
dancing mime.
I was about to say, we just turned this into a mime act.
Yep. And I will back up out of the intelligence interfering until I no longer feel the psychic pressure, and then a little bit more so that he doesn't get any closer to me.
All right. When you step here, that's where you feel it. So you want to come.
Another 10 feet, sure. And then, and as I am doing that, I will, my music will be so incredible that it will inspire him.
Oh, heck yeah.
So this is what it does.
Thank you.
You got to get them typed up and put them on cardstock.
Yes, yes, I should.
Just get business cards. There you go.
My name is Henri.
So this guy in front of us is all like sewn up flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So your,
All right, now I need to do something with that thing.
your visual.
Yeah, but is that fire around him?
Oh, that's just background. That's,
The world's burning behind him.
And he's laughing and dancing.
because you don't need to see the stats.
Oh, that's the stats. Okay.
It would be helpful though.
Yeah, it would.
It would
Oh,
be.
you've
It
got
would be
access to it. I mean, yeah, I've shown you the picture. I'm certain you can go find it. Nate's like, I think I'll do that. All right, so
Makes a history check.
so the force cage. It's been a while since I've encountered this.
He's just boned for
He
however
can't
long,
do-
probably.
well, he can do a charisma saving throw to try to teleport out of it. Otherwise, he's just in the box. Spells can't go in. Spells can't go out.
What's in the box?
Well, then
Blood
I'll at
cultist.
least try to stop dancing.
Right.
That'll do it.
All right. So I see him. Well, I don't. But I feel my powers stopping to affect him. Very good. Good. Now I can concentrate on something else.
Force cage isn't concentration.
No, that's the beauty of it. It's 1 hour flat.
And he has to make a charisma check to be able to teleport out.
In order to be able to teleport out. That's the only way to get out of it. It is not susceptible to dispel magic.
Is it a charisma saving throw or a charisma check?
It's a charisma
Didn't they kill
save
this
to
guy and be
teleport
waiting
or
around for
or
anything?
interplanar travel. If he wants to do any sort of
Like plane shift.
plane shift, etc., he has to make a check. It's a take him out of action spell.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's
Yeah, but
okay.
then we're gonna be
Henry's
waiting
all right
around for
with
like a half an hour after we kill this guy.
All right, you guys are done. All right, so does a 19 hit you, David?
Me? No.
Yeah, he's
No.
Retire the dice.
Time for banish.
That's why you've got to have lots and lots of dice,
So you can fire some.
so I can fire them. 4 attack rolls, and nothing above a 19.
We're okay with that.
When there's a plus 11 on the check.
Ah, we know something now. We know something.
Ah, it's plus 11 to everything.
Nah, he actually hit me, maybe. Got
Maybe.
24 on plus now.
I have 21, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm in the same place as you.
Thanks to
All right.
my-
Oh, I gotta
all
go
your
back to
wild
my
shape gloves.
Ryan.
All right. So, let's see. I have a 20-foot. 10, 20. So I have to get here. So they'll make me move up 15. I'm going to chuck a dagger.
Oh, I'm
Make
sorry. The 5 of you need saving throws.
You got it.
No, thank you.
Oh, you can just take the damage.
All right, that's a
How
success.
much is the? What is it for?
Intelligence.
This is in my current state, right?
No, you
No, your
use
mentals
yours.
always stay the same. You don't
Thank you. That is a -4 for Ankylosauruses.
you don't get dumber just because your brain is in a different body.
All right, that's not good. My first roll has never been good.
19.
Pass.
Does
19.
a 16 make it?
16 is not.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, I still have your bonus, right?
I'm gonna
Yes.
use this.
Well,
Okay,
you also
so I
have
have
a
a
plus
20.
3.
Oh, I had the +3. Does a 19 make
19
it?
doesn't.
Yes.
20.
Thank you for
20.
that.
Now we're like 5 feet out from his radius.
I rolled 10. and had
AC 18 hit.
AC 18 does not.
Okay.
What did
Well,
you get on your saving throw?
I've rolled a 17 on the die, so I'm pretty sure I'm good. Yeah, I'm proficient in it, and then I have a decent
Yep, you're
intelligence.
fine.
Yeah. Well over
Close,
20.
you know.
So I miss with my dagger strike. I shout to Rogar. Is it?
Yes.
Strike him just below the elf's nipple stitched onto him, and then I move back.
I'm looking at the various nipples. Which one's the elf?
It's even worse than that. Dragonborn don't have nipples.
Yeah,
He's like, what's a nipple?
Yes, it has been decreed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
makes sense.
that's again you get
Not
advantage to one of your attack rolls, and you don't have to use it until after you've rolled too. So if
Okay.
you know, yeah, if there's one
Gotcha.
roll you
I
prefer
failed
to.
the
Cool.
Okay. So you take 11 psychic.
Yikes.
Oh, that's it?
I have something that has psychic damage, doesn't it? I feel like I got one of those
Either way,
things.
I still want this guy to get back to that bowl.
David.
Yes. I'm hitting him with my tail. That's what I plan on doing. That's an 11. Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit.
Oh, thank goodness. That's helpful.
I can't believe out of like the 9+ saves on intelligence that only 2 of them have actually managed to
That
get.
is 17 again, and then he has to make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
DC
Or be knocked
14.
prone.
Oh my god.
What do the bards say? Is charisma and intelligence?
Get a plus
Ah, I
Or no,
actually
no,
failed. Does
no,
it
it's
actually
charisma
happen?
and dex.
You be knocked prone.
Ooh.
Hey, everybody who's striking with melee, you have advantage. So
Well, I
you-
no longer need that nipple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Dex and charisma.
Nate, now's
That's
the time to
horrible.
use your elven accuracy. You have advantage.
All right, quick, run up there.
Can we get the
What?
T-shirt that says that?
It's attack, by the way.
Don't turn Kyle
I
on.
no longer need that
Came in
nipple.
handy.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote it down.
No modifiers.
I,
How did
I,
the
I scoffed
demon
at
go
your
prone?
14. And I
Yeah,
rolled
Glossaur
So it's
struck
nice.
it, and
I can
he
do a
failed
spell
the
attack.
saving
I can
throw.
do a
Versus the tail swipe. He failed a DC 14 strength save, and it's a big, burly,
And he's plus 11.
fleshy thing. So that was
Such is life.
pretty good.
Was it a plus 11 to everything? Is that what you guys determined?
Yes.
That was my turn.
Ah, Dave.
All right, well, he's down, so I am going to
Balls.
Wail on him.
unlaunch some axe attacks.
You have your little fireball.
Oh, I have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say
20.
there are 3 attack rolls there, and I'll do 1 by 1 to, well, that's a 20, and a 9, a 19, and a 1, a 5, and a 17. So 3 hits, and one of them is for double damage. So that's 1.
You sunk my battle
You don't
golem.
happen to have Vorpal pincers, do you?
No, I left them in my on my other character. 5, 6, 18. What a crappy roll, though.
We'll go by the critter companion.
Pincers are like
So,
one
19.
part of the monster, like the mouth. Kind
So
of
for all that, it was only 27 points of damage.
3 attacks, 1 is a crit, so it was 27 damage.
It was. It was.
sad.
It was
Hand in your
sad.
beard, sir. Hand in your beard.
And with that as a bonus action, I launch two meteors just to the other side of him. Alright, so 2 deck saves.
And they're going to be at disadvantage.
I'm not sure if he's going to get disadvantage from being prone.
I mean,
Or
let's
dex.
give him this
You have the screen in front of you. Prone.
No, it doesn't say.
Yeah, he's probably not.
Alright. I guess you could just roll 17, 20.
Okay, so they both pass, so they'll both be half damage. 10. So 14, he'll take 7. Oh no, I only have 6 more circling me. And that's it for me.
All right.
You have twice advantage, I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no super advantage. So I'm gonna go ahead and strike it.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Yeah, you should probably blow everything on that.
I will.
Bet the house. Bet the
Blowing
house.
everything on everything. So you don't have to worry about that.
With some of the other ones.
So that's all these dice.
All the dice will belong to us.
Mm-hmm.
So is it all those dice twice?
It would be.
Nice.
And you roll the dice twice, or do you get double the total?
Roll the
Just roll dice twice.
16. 2. 30. So that's 37 plus 4, 41. And does my modifier go twice or just the dice?
Just
Just
the
the
dice.
dice. 41.
That's the red metal gauntlet that he's wearing.
Nice.
That we got from the giant spider.
Okay.
A giant spider. You call it a giant spider.
So altogether, that looks like it's 66.
66.
Yep.
So
Order 66?
And, I mean, like, granted, the prone thing's not even going to matter, so...
So you reel your mace and you fill it with a massive amount of energy,
Hey.
and you bring it down upon this thing's chest, and it just deflates.
Job.
Everyone here, please make a dexterity saving throw. Plus
Yes. Love things that have an explosive.
I got advantage on
That's
this
a
save.
natural one. Can anyone save that?
Yeah. As a reaction, you get to reroll it.
Thank you.
You can do that unlimited.
That's a
Plus,
natural
I have my reaction. Yeah, like
Uncle Ryan,
much is like
thank
this
you.
one,
That went
Ryan?
from a natural 1 to a natural 20.
There we go. The odds.
Did you get plus 3?
Yeah, David. Yeah, well, you got an natural 20, so you're fine.
Yeah, I did.
What do you have?
I did a backflip.
I'm going to let it ride. It's a 6.
18.
18.
Should let it ride.
Those two, you take half damage. You're gonna take full. Oh, look at those ones.
Don't worry, his dice are hating him at the moment.
Good. Good.
Until later.
On plus side, it doesn't seem like it's that many.
Yeah, it's not much. That's
I still enjoy the most anticlimactic fireball ever with the tiny dice.
Tiny dice.
all right. So a massive 29 points of necrotic damage as the blood flies out like explosively out of this creature, and then it just slowly just creeps back towards the sigil carved into the ground.
What is that in half? My brain.
Half of 23.
It's a creep back.
said
Oh, it was 23, I thought it was 29.
You said
29. Yeah. So
14.
14.
yeah, 14.
Does it
Okay.
creep back unnaturally? or does it
Necrotic
look like
ass
it's just
damage?
Kind of
54.
It
flowing.
looks like it's moving back there.
No,
Not
hit it with
just-
some sacred flame.
All right, now we have to focus on
seem to have any.
He's still in a box though. We can't do anything.
until I make the box go away, and we all have our prepared attacks.
All right. Well,
I still have my extra attack.
Oh.
He could teleport.
And he did.
Oh, damn it. I'm sorry, Ted. I cheated.
On what?
I cast 2 concentration spells.
Oh, haste and...
Yeah.
Yeah, mouse. Son of a bitch.
Which one of those spells do you want to lose forever?
Forever.
That seems the appropriate.
It did not greatly affect the combat. I mean...
I still knocked him on his butt and beat the crap.
Those spell slots are gone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Melt's Minute Meteors really did...
Minute amount.
They did, like, less than 15 damage, and it had, like, 30 hit points left when he hit it for 60-some, so it didn't...
Oh, yeah.
He's saying you're very effective, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And
I only cheated by 2 extra meteors anyway.
Alright. So what are you guys doing?
What else is in this room?
There's the raised dais and 2 doors.
I guess check out the dais. I'm a dais.
Angrily, I kind of like swing my flail into the wall of this chamber. Upset that I let him get away.
I'll dismiss my cage.
I guess I'll look at the dais as well.
I'm just gonna wander around as an Ankylosaurus for a little while.
Well. Yeah, I guess so.
So up there is a what's the word I'm looking for?
Urn, vase, vassal.
Pedestal that's been carved in a language that I think only our friend over here knows how to understand.
Just like everything
I
else.
believe I learned it.
You have Abyssal?
Yeah.
Okay. So then
Yeah, no infernal though. I have no truck with devils. That's where I draw the line.
So the ones who are actually lawful and
The ones that would actually uphold their bargains.
It's a racial thing.
so it's got all kinds of
Does it have like channels carved in it for blood and stuff?
there is.
Of course.
All right, I know what to do here, guys.
Break
Give me a minute. Turn your back. I'm gonna pee in it.
You actually see if
And I've been holding it a long time.
it actually traces down and winds its way into the sigil carved in the.
Oh great! Now we're gonna have a blood and urine.
It summons, yeah.
No. This goes right to Narcitus. I'm like paying right on his head right now.
Be on your head.
But written in Abyssal are blood, sacrifice, fear, dominance, strength.
2 cups of flour.
Bake for 45 minutes, preheat oven.
Oh, that one was dark.
Bake at hellfire temperature.
There you go.
All right. Anything else in the room besides blood and now urine?
Basically, blood urinalysis.
Just the 2 doors on the opposite end.
So there's a door across from the dais.
There's a
and
door right
across from
here
our
and a
entrance.
door here.
All right. Where to?
Do my blood senses? Are that the
Oh
thing?
yeah.
They are not.
Which way does your blood tell you to go?
To sleep.
Straight along the path. I'm thinking.
But the
Well, we can take a peek at the door on the left. Just long hallway, or
Both of them lead to hallways.
okay.
Both of them, only open at the behest of the Dragonborn.
Well, this is annoying. I hope we don't lose him and no one shuts the door behind us. I wonder if his corpse will open the doors.
Did anyone take damage?
I'm good.
I took that
yeah, I took a little
last
bit.
14 at the end, but I'm good because.
Not the
Because
best.
you can sacrifice your form.
Yeah. Are you
I
gonna stay?
apparently, fail at dice rolling tonight, so.
That's fine with us. So you're gonna stay in Ankylosaurus form?
Yeah, for a little while.
I'm only
Do I
missing
sit in the
7 hit
hallways?
points.
Quarters are tight.
I'm only missing 7 hit points.
Scrape the
Okay.
walls.
Well then, let's carry on.
That's it.
Good to
I'll
face
just
him.
push him out a little bit.
I will. You know what? I'm just gonna use my.
Second win.
Yeah. We don't have those other abilities yet, right?
Correct.
Can we push over the pedestal or deface it,
Can I
deform it?
smack it with my tail?
If you guys want to, try and break it, sure.
Pulls out the
you're not going to be able
spray
to
paint.
fit
Sanctify
up there
it.
easily.
I mean, you could probably
No,
take a
not
massive Ankylosaurus poop in the channels as well.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I mean, that's probably about as big as me, your poop.
Ufungar,
I'm gonna go do that.
can you not just cut it with your axe? hit it with your axe?
Oh, wait a minute. It's stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will try and split this son of a bitch.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It goes, like hot knife through butter.
Shing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go poop on the sigil.
Alright. Now I'm only down 6.
All right, so now there's blood, urine, and poop. All fluids. Okay. Wait, I have to crank one out.
All right.
Short rest.
Some people.
I don't
Continue
want to
straight.
fight this when we come back to it. Just, I hope it doesn't.
I give up if it comes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a poop demon. It's a body fluid demon.
It's in my mouth.
Yeah,
My mouth was open.
you know you're gonna get an infection fighting that.
You know it explodes when it dies.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness for prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I have
Okay.
mending. Can I mend that away?
I don't think you can mend those.
That,
feelings.
what about this? After you clean yourself, the
Can't
spell that makes you
unsee
forget. the spell that makes you forget things.
Yeah,
Modify memory.
Modify memory.
Yeah, we just
You
get
never
that.
want to remember that.
So which hall are we going down?
The
We're
inspiration.
continuing this way.
Plus, we use it in the next minute.
Ooh.
We continue on, and you lose your inspiration. Because it only lasts for, well, unless something
He uses
happens
it
in the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 1 minute?
Quick, charge ahead recklessly.
10 minutes. Well, it might happen in 10
Get
minutes.
stuck in hallway.
We'll keep this in the
Keep
queue.
it for
Maybe
10
you'll
minutes.
have it. Maybe you won't. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it for
So
the next 10
you
minutes.
walk down the corridor, and you see yet another shimmer at the end of the hall, and everything is distorted behind. You can't really tell what's there. It's blurred. Much
Like the
more
portal
severe.
like we came through, but more.
But much more, yeah.
Ah.
Well, before doing that, do we want to check the left-hand door?
In case it's a one
In
way.
case it's one way.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds wise.
Back we go.
Okay, back we go.
All right,
Do you have
go-
one for warding?
I do.
Is it memorized?
He's a cleric.
Well, it still has to be prepared.
I didn't prepare go for warding now.
Okay. Never mind.
It's not a ritual, is it?
So you come back, you go down the other hall, and when you peer down the hallway after a little bit, you see like a room that has many comfortable cushions. Totally looks out of place.
Does it look harem style?
No. Do you enter into the room?
The sitting room?
I will actually enter into the room, although I did consider briefly fireballing it.
You enter into the room, and you see very very comfortable chairs, couple tables, set up around them. You see an elderly tiefling woman behind a counter. It's a curtain drawn behind her. Oh, do come in, do come in.
Are you freaking kidding me? Greetings, ma'am.
Greetings.
So I see comfy chairs, like cushions and stuff. I see a counter and a curtain. But this definitely looks like she's selling something, right? That's the impression I get. Like, it's like she's keeping shop.
No.
What's the counter then?
She's the receptionist to hell.
That's what I'm imagining.
That's what I. Yeah,
This is what you see when you die.
The epistle concierge.
It looks like like a possibly a tavern. That's the only thing that you could think of.
Right.
Yeah, time for true seeing.
I think I'm going to sit in one of the chairs.
Got any ale?
I do not have any ale, but I have some lovely tea.
Tea? Do I look like an elf to you?
Hey,
No offense,
Oh.
elf.
Yeah,
He might want some tea. Do you want some tea? She's got tea.
I would neither eat nor drink anything in this realm. I would just.
I'm so distrustful.
I'm too polite to say that, but yeah.
So, yeah, we'll go. Are we all entering this room?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in, but
Sure.
where is this, by the way? Where are we?
I'm not understanding your question.
What color is the sky? No.
This guy.
You are in Madame Z's tea room.
And you are Madame Z?
I am indeed.
Are you the madam?
How many kinds of tea do you have? Do you have anything with a kick?
Ah, I certainly do.
Ah, Gelfling. I might try that.
This is very
Mostly
out of
elves.
place.
It is very out of place.
Are you saying that you have a tea room just down the hall from a... Well, what do you think is down that hallway that we have just come through?
Elsewhere.
But of course, no matter where you go, there you are. Where elsewhere?
Anywhere that is not here. Doors can lead to many places.
So I dropped 2 silver on the counter. I don't know how much tea costs.
So she doesn't ask as to anything more than you said you want something with a kick, but she comes over and she moves with a little bit of grace, but slowly. That makes any real sense. And she begins sniffing you. And after a few seconds, she hobbles back around, and she pulls out a finely crafted stone plate, finely crafted cup, and you look, and it's like everything about this cup truly feels dwarven to you. And she grabs a teapot from below the counter, and she pours, and she slides it over to you, and she called it tea, but it smells familiar to you.
So I'll take a moment to waft it and kind of look at it and check its viscosity.
It smells much closer to your clan's ale than anything but that ale.
So I'll give it a...
You feel as you drink it, memories of
Blood.
your of your
Mouth
past
full of
go through you. Moments that fill you with confidence. Moments that you feel truly dwarven. The time that you smithed your first axe. The day your beard was long enough to make your dad proud. Things along those lines.
You were 5 years old.
So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will pull out another 10 silver.
Oh dear God, no.
And drop them neatly into a stack. A round for my friends.
I'm looking out the doorway down the hallway. I don't know
This
if
is
I want to
obviously
drink here.
I don't know if you buy rounds of tea or not, but
He's a dwarf. He buys rounds of
Hell, we're adventurers. You only adventure once.
Come on, don't be such a racist, elf.
I'm just waiting the proper amount of time.
So do the rest of you want tea?
But of course.
If it is not impolite, what is behind the curtain?
We can get to that later.
That's where she keeps
Where
her
we
clean
have come
pencils.
from leads me to be very suspicious of a tea shop at the other end of the hall from a blood cultist summoning chamber. You can understand that I may have some hesitation. How can you allay my concerns?
By offering you lovely tea.
Well, that is very nice.
I think we're gonna have to take her out.
The Calisaurus.
There's no need to be rude, Lucky.
You know what to do.
So
I'll have some tea.
she pulls out, plates. Was that?
I'm going with no.
I'm gonna have to untransform in order to drink the dang tea.
Yes, you would.
What are you talking about?
Ankylosaurus' drink.
Yeah, I know.
You just get a big bowl.
So if you want, I can have a soft.
Ankylosaurus bowl with Ankylosaurus
Turn into a
tea.
person.
A little
So
Paleolithic
she pulls out
burn tea.
a cup and a saucer that speaks to each of you.
Does she sniff everyone individually?
After she pulls them out, she absolutely does. She'd go up to everyone who says that they're going to have some tea.
Sure, I'll have
So I'm going to observe her when she does. Does she appear to be blind?
No.
She just has a sniffing fetish.
So
She can sniff
I got 4 yeses and a no.
Well, I prefer wine, but
Man, you
I
gotta
will
single me
drink
out here. Peer pressure.
Everybody else is doing it.
Hey, if anyone's going to be all right, it's probably going to be you.
Yeah, I'll stay within 10 feet of him when I sip the tea.
That is wise. I will also follow suit with that.
I will allow her to pour the tea.
So the most amusing thing is she pours the tea from the same pot into each of the
No,
now
there's
6
nothing
distinctive
suspicious about this
glasses
at all.
or cups, mugs.
I want you to
however
take
have
a cup of tea with us.
So she pulls out a cup and saucer. Her cup and saucer
Is made out of orphan skulls.
is red streaked with black. That kind of
course.
matches her horns.
So I will observe each pour and like the cup. I want to see if the tea looks different from person.
Every time it pours, it looks different. When it's poured into Thanos' cup, it seems sweet and reminiscent of some floral things that you guys have smelt in your overland travels. Similar but less sweet when it's poured for Arbalason. You catch a hint of a flowery wine, maybe. Stronger wine is poured, or smelling like stronger wine poured for Lyndon. Not really certain what completely appeal to Lucky or to
Umbral.
Alvar.
It comes out as liquid umbral.
It's a deep amber color, of course,
Oh, of course.
which is a little whiff of sea salt.
Ooh, sea salt. Oh, nice.
Well, you know the two sides of Rogar. I'm gonna go ahead and say whatever you want to make it.
Okay, so
It's a yin yang. Looks like a latte.
it contrasts itself.
It swirls, light and dark at the same time.
It's a
waiting for it to just be
unicorn
like
latte from Starbucks.
And
Oh, she's a
it-
unicorn. Done. Okay.
and,
Would you mind throwing yourself on the spear?
It appears dark when she pours her own cup.
I'm just glad.
So I kind of been
Like-
like mentally taking notes and observing and thinking everything I know of brewing processes, whether it's alchemy or
I'm just doing something.
oh, no stealing. Whether it's alchemy, herbal, potion brewing.
So, the only thing that you can possibly think of is either this is one really messed up pot, or the cups themselves are enchanted, and that liquid poured into it changes.
Or it's all an illusion, and really she's a demon, and we're drinking the blood of innocent babes.
Delicious.
That probably sounds about right.
Which tastes just like your ale.
Nice.
It's a complete illusion. Taste.
So I'm going to come to the conclusion that either the saucers are enchanted, or the pot is enchanted. But then again, like she sniffs us, she'd have to know each one of us, and she happens to have the right saucer for the right person. So this whole place is freaking enchanted.
Yeah.
Or she could just be enchanted.
Do we
She's a Tejanist.
I choose to disbelieve.
Well, and that is the other thing I'm observing too. Like, could it be an illusion?
Yeah, that's the
like,
thing.
like I'm literally dissecting this for magic, and my wizard brain is going.
All right, so is there anyone who doesn't drink the cup put before them?
I'll drink it. If I'm convinced that this is legit,
Not at all.
with full power of all insight I might have, then I'll drink the tea.
So each of you who does drink goes through the same process that I described to Dave. Remembering moments of your past when you felt very strong, very confident.
First time I turned into a squirrel.
Yes.
Things that are important, but not necessarily important to just yourself, but where you have a tie towards your race, I guess you could say. Things that make you really feel drow. Things that make you feel elven. There's not really much that makes one feel human. Your past, you were an urchin, right?
Yep.
So you really don't have that connection. So for you, it is more things related to confidence when you first learned to use magic and to shapeshift. You felt that power.
Have you filled in that language from Prodigy yet?
Yeah.
What did
Too
you
bad.
take?
Was it
I
Abyssal?
chose Dwarven.
Dwarven?
It was the first time.
I feel like it should be Abyssal now.
It was the first time you changed back into a human from an animal. Otherwise, you might have gotten stuck. You had to remember what it was to be a human.
Human.
You've been a bird for such a long time, and then that guy wanted you to pull that sword out of the stone. It's so weird.
Does everybody
He
around
couldn't
me
turn into a
still-
bird anyway. You have to be able
Everybody
to fly.
seems fine. She comes up to you and says, "Does it need to cool off more first?" And
She's about to just kill you right
she's
now.
frail, she's old, but you have the feeling that
That she just called you a bitch.
Well,
she's looking down on you, even though you tower over her.
So what she said is, "Do you want me to put that in a nipple for you, Sonny?"
I'll drink it with no ill effect. Or so it seems.
Allegedly.
Madam,
She
you
poured herself
equate the
her own
brewer.
cup.
Yeah, and she drank.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Fine, in that case, kind of lift it up and cheers and put it back.
Iocane powder.
You actually examine it before you drink and look into it, and there's a reptilian eye staring back at you.
So again,
That'd
same thing. There's no things that argue with the warlock and the paladin. There's nothing that makes you feel conflicted, like you've been for a little while now. You feel, not powerful, because that's what other things have been done. This is actually making you a little bit more content.
I remember when I was a wee lad playing with Sklar in the hatching pits.
You remember pushing out the egg?
Yes.
With your one egg cutting fang.
Yeah, that's right.
So you now are able to fill out the moments of your things. Now you actually have your racial feats.
Oh, for the viewers.
Yes, I actually the Unearthed Arcana racial feats came out. I wanted to actually have them play tested and figured out, and you get feats so rarely in this game. So they've all chosen their racial feats
Ahead of time.
and voila, they now have drunk their feet.
Alright, so I've been actually accidentally applying it because I didn't realize that was the thing we were waiting on too.
That's fine.
Alright,
Yeah,
twice. Totally cheated.
Was that the roll ones?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. But
You feel them kind of pushing against your armor. Yes.
You have an itch in your
That's
shoulder
uncomfortable.
blades.
oh wow.
Um,
You'll have to
But
molt
there
a few
is-
times.
the battle readiness that you guys have had, the on edge feeling of, ready for a moment's combat, kind of seems to die as the tea fills your tummy, and
then explodes.
you're content.
Thank you, madam. That was quite delicious.
So,
Drink on.
did you enjoy your tea?
It was quite well. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Madam Z. It was delicious.
Oh. So you were questioning what was behind my curtain?
In my moments of paranoia, yes, I was.
Oh.
She pulls back. There's just a bunch of faces mounted on the wall, like just disembodied faces, tableau.
Are you still curious?
Screaming.
Yes, I am.
Well,
But I would not want to be rude.
oh no, it is not rude at all. You see, Madame Z's tea room actually has several purposes, besides offering wonderful teas to glorious travelers. So you see, while you came through that door, that doorway does not always lead to the same place. So you question where it goes. It goes many places. So I do not know where you came from to get here.
Does it always go back to where it came from?
Usually it does. I have never had conference with one who it hasn't.
Well, that's reassuring.
So
What's
she.
behind the curtain?
What was that?
So what's behind the curtain?
So she reaches back, and she.
A unicorn?
No,
I'll
no.
die for you. Oh, great.
A really, really old unicorn.
What's behind there is, as
Wait. She's like, you sure you want to see what's behind this curtain? Or maybe you want what's in this box?
Maybe you
It's
want a
an
brand new
emo
car.
unicorn. Yeah.
her eyes alight with more sparkle than you had seen.
It's
And
fireball.
when she pulls back the curtain, you're pretty horrified.
Of course.
Wait a minute, it's her in the French girl pose, painted?
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
god!
Nothing's gonna live up to our expectations. We better just let this go.
Hanging from a variety of hooks are a number of poorly dissected limbs. Eyes,
Dude, I was thinking
ears,
something hanging from hooks. I was thinking actual bodies, but not body parts.
body parts.
I was definitely wrong there.
Of people?
We know it'd be blood.
They look actually more like they've been removed from the kind of creatures that you've been fighting.
Madam Z, is there something you're not telling us?
Well, this is the other half of my business. I replace limbs and things if there's anything there that happens to suit your fancy. And she kind of reaches underneath and pulls out a cleaver. That's,
No, I wasn't horrified before. I'm horrified now. Oh, wait a minute. I'm missing an eye.
see?
We know a guy.
Yeah, two guys.
What do I see?
I am missing an eye. I have an eye patch.
So she's.
I'm just telling you as the DM because you may not remember that.
I would have forgotten. Would you like that eye replaced?
Replaced.
Yeah. She kind of slides the wall a little bit, and there's like a handful of different eyes sitting up on a shelf. There's one that seems completely all black, one that's all red, one that looks a little bit closer to normal, except instead of it being a blue iris, it's red.
What do these do? I am curious, I must say, madam, but I don't know. I earned this a long time ago.
Madam Z's tea shop and body shop?
It's Chop Shop.
Chop shop. Okay.
And so you're saying you can replace limbs and organs of from monsters to people?
Yes.
That is horrifying.
This will make a wonderful song.
I hope this is not where the tea comes from.
They don't need them anymore.
How do you get them?
Well, there was just like a bunch of stitched together body parts.
Madam Z's little tea shop of flowers.
Yes, it's Madam Z's little tea shop.
When
of
she
flowers.
smiles like that, does she have pointy teeth?
Yeah.
Wow. How many people? So how much do you charge for this service?
An arm and a leg.
Wow,
That was great.
I vote for
This is going to be a first.
Yeah.
I'm giving 2 for that, Ryan. That is
Wow. That's
spectacular.
one arm and
One
one
for the
leg.
one for the leg.
Thank you.
Wow.
Tito up for that one.
Madam, I really am not sure what to say about this. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, you are using you're using our dismembered enemies, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know. How do you feel about Narcitis?
She lifts a arm, and you can see half of a sigil.
Indifferent. I'm gonna put her in the book of indifferent. At least neutral.
Interesting. So what do these eyes do?
Sometimes he gives her a hand. There's just so much material here. It's just it's too easy. She wants to give us a leg up. It's just
All ears.
all ears.
Yeah, this is right. For
Footnote. I mean, come on.
Everything has some options. If you wish to just have a normal eye, I can see if I can do that. If you're looking for something with a little bit more kick.
You and your kick.
Meaning a leg. That's what she's talking about.
No leg in your eye.
So I'm absolutely interested. We all know that Rogar isn't afraid of
Oh yeah, he's
some
like
darker paths.
he's ready.
He's power.
He's ready to chop himself up.
Pretty much.
Arms and legs. I don't need those.
What can I get here? I just can't get rid of my right arm. The right arm is the one that has the.
So
sigil like it is.
you went from like incredibly skeptical to like sign me.
I'll take
Take my
a,
money.
Yes.
I'll take a head and 3 limbs.
Yes, can I
One
please
number
have
3
that?
combo.
Yes, I would like Vecna's head,
It
please.
has a vector.
So
You're not seriously considering this, are you, Rogar?
Do you have a frequent fire program?
So, yeah, she sees the interest, and she's like, I've got some delightful arms, legs. Perhaps you would like a tail.
Speaking his language.
Or wings.
No, I do believe that's already covered.
You must know something we don't.
Yeah.
I poured the tea, didn't I?
What should I replace?
I think you should replace everything.
Well, you wanted a
At what
tail.
point am I not me anymore?
All right. Well, since I can do it now, detect magic.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
What?
just like all you get.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
The whole place. I pass out. If Henri passes out, it's like ah.
It's just an orgasm of magic.
Literally everything.
It's kind of like staring into the sun. Ah, my eyes.
Turns away. Oh, my
You
eyes.
should get a tail, because otherwise
The
you'll regret
cleavers,
it.
the cups, the saucers, the
Oh, no, man.
doorway, the chairs.
Left arm.
Wow, that's a lot of loot.
Left arm.
She's getting both.
I say, Madame Mueller.
Why are the chairs
Thank you.
Chairs had to offer.
I truly
Very impressive
envision.
shop.
I truly envision her taking it in the back, hanging him on a meat hook, so that she can chop off everything but his one arm.
So yes, definitely I'm thinking the left arm, and I'll get a tail.
You know, the two of them walk back there. She pulls the curtain, and you hear.
Alright, so there is a tail that is long and flexible, or there's one that actually looks like it ends in a nasty point.
Like a scorpion tail?
Not quite,
Wyvern?
but close.
Like Nightcrawler?
No, it's definitely
Stabby.
stabby.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the
Stabby
stabby.
Take one of these and one of those.
Do you guys take MasterCard?
I already have a tail. I'm good.
You are interested in perhaps having 2 eyes instead of going the way of the
You
eyeless
should
seer?
get a goat eye and have one of them be a rectangle.
So for that tail,
Going the opposite way. Can I have a third?
Do I have that much? We didn't even discuss how much gold I have to
yeah,
start.
you definitely.
How
had
much gold was it?
500.
That's done.
Oh, that's cake.
What do you get for 500?
The tail.
A new tail.
Ah,
And a new tail.
You know what? Let's shop for arms first. What are we seeing with the arms?
What kind of arms do you have?
Yes.
Make sure you get the left arm though. You don't want to have to wait on.
Armed and dangerous.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Put a third one on my back.
Can I get a leg?
I can definitely do that.
You could get 4 arms.
You can do a Goro. A Goro is
That actually
So
might be pretty
she's,
awesome.
she's got
Dual wielding.
she's got one arm that ends in more of a claw than fingers.
Okay.
She's got one arm that you can't really tell where the joints are. It kind of like falls straight down.
It's like a tentacle.
Tentacle arm.
Like a tentacle.
Well-
And there's one arm that looks like it's been removed from a creature that's bigger, but yet still the same proportions. So like it would be like far longer than yours. So you'd be like,
Monkey arm. Gorilla arm.
Lyndon,
all-
as a representative of Gryphongaff,
thinking, honestly.
is this legal?
Well, we're not
If she has
necessarily
2 of those
in
claw arms, I'll take
Gryphongaff, so that's a consideration.
I want to. Can I Goro it? Would you allow that?
I don't know
Just that.
if I have the right to confiscate his arm
Scrap
when he
or
brings it
something?
into Gryphongaff.
It'll probably be taxed.
Yeah.
Because
Probably.
it's a tax.
And there's an
I mean,
arms
we're not
tax,
technically
of course.
Gryphongaff right now. Other
I mean,
planes-
your
We're not-
armor,
we're
your
not
armor you'd have to
Gryphongaff,
give
that's
to
the
him
thing.
to
It's a
like
value-added
clothes or
tax.
something.
What would be legal in Gryphongaff is neither here nor
You still gotta get
there.
close to my wings. They
It's definitely
Yeah,
not
but
here.
like you'd have to take
A sales and/or use.
chest
Yeah,
plate.
yeah, right.
For what?
If he gets 2 more arms,
You just have to modify it. I can cut out some
Yeah,
armholes.
that's what we were just discussing.
so
Wings, forearms.
does the tail and 2 additional arms? That'll be 2,000 gold.
As long as I have it.
Okay.
All right, that's done.
Oh boy.
side effect, you have to walk around like this all the time.
What?
You have to have a nice
2 pincher
cloak would
arms?
do well for him. while he's
But
in
there's
town.
claws.
You're gonna be like a
Do
Glaberzoo?
they go under
Yeah.
the other ones or
What's
above?
that?
Do they go under?
Under. I'm definitely going under.
Is Lucky feeling a little aroused now? This is like
No,
almost a
but I know-
Dragoloth.
I know a girl.
So she actually
Instead of a
next to-
Dragoloth, it's
next to the hooks, she touches the wall and slides it, and it's more like it's moving by her touch rather than her actually physically moving something. And the
She just got like the laundromat thing that's going.
the doorway appears where the stone used to be. Yeah, so she grabs off the 2 left and right claw arms. She grabs the tail and places them, and it looks like a minor tensor's floating disc appears at her waist level, because there's nothing that they're balancing on but the magic disc. And she grabs the cleaver and says, "Come on," and steps into the room.
Don't you feel like somebody should do something here?
I'm kind of just in
Oh,
shock
I gotta
of
watch.
watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch and take notes. Literally.
He's prepared. He's made sacrifices for power
See
before. He
flat.
kind of just clutches whatever surface he's on, almost like he's getting a real bad tattoo.
It's not like she's forcing him to do it.
So with a resigned sigh, I decide that I will bear witness to this act,
Yeah.
and eventually I'll put it in the book with other
Gorgeous.
Other
What's that?
magics you come across.
Yes.
You should keep an eye on her, on him. And
Well, he has
all
no
this
choice.
proceeding.
He only has an eye.
In your case, I would think about taking her up on the offer of the
Absolutely.
additional eye.
So
This wound was earned.
Well, so is
she,
this eye.
With cold hard currency, which is even better than earning it in battle.
So she makes she has the cleaver in her hand, but as it comes closer to your side, it actually shifts into closer to like a chef knife. And she literally just
Fillet knife.
carves a circle on both sides.
She starts
hit points is
screaming and
that?
agony.
They're uneven.
You actually don't feel it.
Ooh.
It's literally the moment it touches you.
Wow,
it's like,
anesthetizing you instantly. Interesting.
it's like cold and numb and then nothing.
Wow.
And the loose flayed ends of the arms, she kind of lays down on the table that's next to you, and mid strike, it changes from the chef knife back to the cleaver, and it carves a nice clean edge, and she whispers something that you don't quite hear as the arm attaches itself to your side, and rinse, recycle, repeat with the second one and with the tail.
Oh, you don't
I'll
want to
look
know how
away
that
for
gets
the
inserted.
Only problem is now
Yeah.
your breastplate no longer fits.
Yeah.
You've got two wings that appeared out of nowhere to any of the that are watching, as well as these clawed arms, and now a tail.
I gained 5 limbs today.
You were wearing full plate before.
Yes, I was.
Can I field modify that to half plate?
I'll allow that.
All right.
So after we're done with this, after I'm done bearing witness to this, I'll pull out my smith tools and go to work.
Unless her knives work on armor as well. Let me just modify that.
As a drastic.
Maybe leather armor.
No. And she pets it like an animal. This is just for flesh.
That was amazing. Disturbing, but amazing.
May I interest you in something?
Henri is perfect as he is.
You just gained 3 more.
I would not even mar myself with a magical frickin' tattoo.
What was that?
Yeah, if Henri's not even going to get a tattoo, then he's not going to add any body parts. As much as Kurt Lehman wants him to.
What if they were celestial body parts?
But how can you improve upon this? This?
Freaking angel body
You
parts.
can glow.
Angel booty. Give you an angel booty.
You go first. Go ahead. Replace your eye. You still will have the honor that you accrued from the wound.
Just wear an eye patch over
It is
the
not
eye.
the same.
You'll have that wicked scar, though.
But some of these hold power.
That is quite all right, madam. I
What?
do appreciate the offer.
What kind of power? For my eyes can already see hundreds of feet in the dark.
Yes, but that is normal. Would you like to see magic?
I
Would
can
you
already
like to
see magic.
Would you like to see things that are not there?
No, I have relatives who are insane.
There is much magic about you. I am certain that at least one of you has the ability to vanish from vision. She pulls out the one eye. This will allow you to see.
For the team.
I am quite good. I am quite able to see all I need to see. As you do not wish to change yourself in this way for your own reasons, I have mine as well.
Well,
I will not take one of those vile things into me.
I will have to honor that. Mayor?
I'm good. I am well and good.
Young one?
See, if I get something, I don't know how that's gonna affect my transformation stuff, so I'll just pass.
What's your refund policy? Now, if I turn into an Ankylosaurus and I can't see, what is the policy with that?
Well, okay. Well, you are more than welcome to rest or continue on.
We all unfortunately have,
Pressing matters.
and yes, pressing matters which are time dependent.
So,
Arblason, are you going to hack and slash? Good, trim your ears.
Yeah, so I get closer to it and I say, long ago, there is myth and legend of the elven race being born with wings. Would you have any of those?
oh, you would like wings, eh?
I'm interested in knowing if it is possible. These are very special wings.
You're looking for special.
Yes. I'm interested. I'm just curious.
Goddamn tire kickers.
So, do you want wings like his?
No.
Do you?
I find it offensive.
She offers to chop off his wings.
You want his wings? Specifically?
Bag them up.
I was already protected.
And like she goes, oh yeah, I changed my mind.
Do you want wings like a butterfly? Would you like wings with feathers?
I was just curious. Thank you very much. Good day, Madam Z. And I'm going to hurriedly leave.
She like stays on your heel for a moment. Are you sure?
No, but I'm leaving.
Remember when you got off the ship in Mexico, how the shopkeepers were? She does that.
So she reaches into her little apron and she pulls out a two-sided coin. One is red with black streaks. The other is black with red streaks.
Do those streaks look like blood rivulets?
No.
Okay.
So she holds it out and she says, should you desire another meeting, you can flip this coin and call my name.
I spin around quickly and grab it. Thank you.
Before we leave, I gather everyone together. Listen, blood oath, blood pact, right now. Whatever we do,
Do not let Ace and Shargal come here.
do not let Ace and Shargal know about this place at any cost.
So I will
That should be the
mention
first thing we do.
before you go
Yes, madam.
that I do buy and sell.
This could be an interesting business model.
Do
for
you
merchant
have
trade.
any requests?
Well, we just saw a lot of body parts in that last room.
No, they exploded though.
Oh man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it literally just evaporated into
We
blood.
can bring our dead corpses here.
Wait, don't you?
Do you have something that's not on my wall?
Personally, I do not collect body parts as a habit. But
Fucking Bloodfang, he found he found his business, his true calling in life.
Don't you have an entire dragon
That-
corpse? The Chaos Dragon?
What did we do with that? I don't know. I thought we left
Took its skin and chopped up its
I think I
parts
made
and-
armor out of part of it.
Yeah,
Or had
that
armor
was
made
that
out
was
of part
quite
of
a
it.
while ago.
Right.
I doubt there's much that you'd
Salvaged.
be able to doable.
I don't know. It's a Chaos Dragon. I don't know what they do with it.
How well do they keep?
How
Oh, I know
Chaos
what we
Dragon-
did with it now that I think about it. We would have shoved it in the painting. We shoved everything in the painting.
Yes, yes, you did.
Just come back here with the painting and be like, can you use? Shaking until something she can use calls out.
But I think like when Bloodfang retires, like this is
where he goes, he
This is
works
where
for her?
He goes to go work for her. Yeah, he found this.
Bloodfang is a character in Days Other Game.
Yeah,
Which he's about to retire, so.
yeah. I think you found this job.
He could be the apprentice to her. That'd be great.
Well, I figured I'd give him the option if he wants to retire or go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
You know, the problem with going out in a blaze of glory means he's got to fight something that's gonna kill him.
And then there's very much a danger to us.
Always something that can kill you.
Well, this is not a decision for you guys. It's for him.
Well, madam, your hospitality has been most welcome.
I agree. Your hospitality has been most unique.
Distinct, even. Distinct.
Thank you for the ZT,
Yeah, you're
madam.
I actually pull out my book and open it to the section where I was taking the notes. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Horrendous evil.
Do you mean in specific to what I just did, or
Your trade in general.
Trades.
I'm not certain we have the time for that.
Well, Perhaps I will return for some tutelage. Perhaps we could arrange a bargain there.
What are you gonna do, teacher Smith?
You're gonna lose another eye.
So you wish to apprentice?
My interests are more sagely and academic, I would say.
Tis a shame.
I know, I am quite the smith.
All right.
Brimstone, the Red Necromancer, also found his calling being
like-
apprenticed to her.
Yeah, he's like, necromancy, fold that. This is way better.
Well, because his other thing that he did, he was a gravedigger and taxidermist, and so made a lot of sense. Would make a lot of sense.
Isn't that kind of an oxymoron?
What?
Grave digging and taxidermy.
Well, I mean, like maybe he dug them up and then stuffed them.
Yeah, he wasn't a very scrupulous. He wasn't a very scrupulous either or in either profession.
Yeah, there's final. People get to choose what flavor of final rest they want.
Yeah.
Would you like to be immortalized as a stuffed animal, or would you like to be buried? Your choice.
Well, I think we should move on.
Yeah, there's not much more to do here.
So,
Well, there's plenty more to do here, but
well, when you go through the doorway, as the last of you leaves, there's a solid wall into this room again. There is no doorway there.
huh.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Ted, and we're going to play some D&D 5th edition. If the numbers are correct, I'm told this is session 30, which is very possibly one of the longest running games I've ever done. So, yay. So let's start off here. We'll go around the table. Tell us who you're playing.
I'm David. I'm playing Thanos. He is a 14th level druid that happens to be a human.
I'm intern Kyle. I'm going to be playing Rogar Kletgenthaler, a level 14 paladin warlock hybrid, but he's a dragonborn.
That's important. He's a dragonborn. I will be playing. Well, I'm Nerdarchy Dave, in case you didn't know. I'll be playing Uthengar of Clan Black Iron. I am a soldier wizard fighter, and yeah, we're gonna make some D&D happen tonight.
My name is Kurt. I am playing Henri Jean-Jacques d'Ombre-Noir. He is a drow diplomat, bard.
Also known as Lucky.
Yes, my friends call me Lucky, and I speak with an outrageous accent.
I am formerly known as Nerdarchy Ryan. I'll be launching the Dream Syndicate YouTube channel, which will be launching in November or December of 2017, so in a few months on. And I'm playing Lord Lyndon Hemsworthy, the ruler of Gryphongaffe, and a halfling.
And a rogue.
And no,
A tailor, former tailor.
Tailor, Tinker Tailor. That's right.
Me, the Nerdarch here. I'm playing Arbalae Sonmir Dan, a high elf, merchant, nature cleric.
All right. So last session, we had arrived back in town, or the players had arrived back in town, and Lyndon, Lord and Mayor of Gryphongaffe, had been away for months. So he quickly decided, I need to check in. And when he got back to his desk, he was greeted with mountains of paperwork and was unavailable for the majority of and all of last session.
I was playing budgets and bureaucracies during that time.
So
B&B.
in all of that, you learned that there's been quite a lot going on in town, and you've been dealing with drug issues, that there's several different drugs that are going around town. There's been attacks on the wall and dwarven soldiers, and before you can even get through all the paperwork to sign to figure out what should be done, what needs to be done, one of your people comes and says that your actual allies and companions quickly brought in the culprit, and it was none other than Aeson's former apprentice, Obsid Stranded. He was hauled in. He was thrown into shackles, and before you could even go and confront him, he literally disappeared from the jail cell.
Yeah. Well, I would think this. I mark it in my mind and think this is very likely of an ally of Ace and Shardgal because he's a loose cannon. Probably at this point, I'm like signing papers with both hands, a quill in each hand, double fisting bureaucracy.
And the second that you finish getting through the paperwork with this stuff has to be dealt with now. That's all signed and sent on to the right paper. These are this can wait till tomorrow. Someone comes in and says that the town is on fire. And when you
Percival, wipe my brow, and then a servant comes over and like wipes a bead of sweat from all the paperwork I've been signing.
So you quickly find out that the town is not literally on fire, but there were creatures that were living flame that appeared in the middle of the noble section of town.
Oh, good. So Tuesday, right? Yeah.
So I don't know what you want to do with
That's a
him.
19, yeah.
So that's a 28.
You would easily bet your clan that he was replaced by the Balrog.
Oh,
So he still exists. He yet lives.
Oh, you think he still lives?
Yes. He would bet his entire clan holdings on the magic that was performed was a
switcheroo.
I've never known a noble to leave behind his fortune. I say we check the manor.
Well, at least for the good of Gryphongaff, we can confiscate these goods.
Fortunes can always be reclaimed or replaced, but one's life and skin is another matter. So,
Well, bear in mind that rumors of my demise were much exaggerated at one point in time.
so I
You
think
also know that the mindset of the cult, fortune is a means to an end. It is not what's important. It's the power and the things that they believe in.
So, from my knowledge of the nobles in the area, did he have any next of kin or other people that would have been living in the household? Or
There's probably some. There wasn't any direct, like brothers, sisters.
okay, so he doesn't have brother, sister, children with him, wife.
Right. But there are some cousins or that kind of stuff that are
Alright.
in the manor. But if his mission was to keep it hidden, he probably would have kept it hidden from his family.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking if we go barge in there, are we going to disturb an entire set of people?
It's highly probable that there'll be some normal people there.
Okay.
Well, the melee that happened right on their doorstep with demons and burning things, they probably are unawares if something had happened anyway, so let's be on with it. So you guys haven't opened the front door yet either.
No.
we haven't
Correct.
gotten
You
that.
guys, they were finishing up a short rest when you arrived.
Yeah, it was 1 a.m. and we decided to call it.
Yeah.
It was 1 a.m. and the players wanted to stop.
So
The DM was humbly reminded that in the heat of the moment,
yeah.
some hours had gone by.
Well, I remember very vividly what happened last time we entered a house without thoroughly checking the outside first.
that is a good point, good elf.
So, Master Dwarf, if you would not mind,
I'll
Helping me check around the area.
I'll be discreetly taking a look as well.
Perhaps we should just burn it to the ground and sift through the ashes.
many of fine pieces of art burn.
That's that.
That's true. They may have procured some dwarven wares.
Also, if he has written notes about further clues, evidence that would be destroyed.
And innocent people. That would also be a good thing to watch out for.
There is that.
So I'm going to cast Fine Traps.
All right. Your thorough looking, your spell work reveals nothing out of place along the front door or the entryway. Thorough examination. There does not appear anything
I think we should go in Miami Vice style.
Kick in the door.
Yeah.
I've never seen Miami Vice, so I don't really have a beat.
I'm just assuming it's kicking.
But I'm gonna wear a blazer and jeans. I think that was a part of it, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Cover me, Ragnar.
I didn't get a mullet. Like the guy had a mullet at the time, right?
Flail and shield in my arms. Rogar's ready.
I was just getting ready to start fighting up close. Now you're getting rid of your protective. I could have used it.
You don't need it.
I do, in case you roll 20.
Said information, but these guys ended last game fighting a very pitched battle against a Balrog and a whole bunch of elemental creatures.
Crap out of it.
Well, I mean, I would have gone down personally to see what happened and probably shown up at the very end of the fight. Right?
Awesome. So, you guys are well. It's actually one of the longest running combats we've actually had in
Yeah, but
a
it's
long
like less
time.
than 2 minutes.
Well, true. So you guys are mopping yourselves up from the fight. You're standing, within sight of the Nerdarchy manor that you've been kind of observing, waiting for the noble Celeron to actually appear. And when you went to question, chaos and minions and what have you appeared. Aeson steps forward and says, okay, now that that's dealt with, I have this missive from my former master. I trust you guys can take the manor. I bid thee adieu. He grabs Boken and he vanishes.
Well, that was rather abrupt.
Well, I guess he didn't want any of us to come with him. So I would continue to tend to the wounded.
Does Charis go with him?
Yes. Yeah, he needs some
Muscle.
some muscle in case his master actually has a problem that needs dealing with. So, what do you guys do? He's saying he's tending to any of the wounded. Do any of you actually have issue?
I don't actually think I was hurt.
I'm not even down 30.
Yeah.
I was. So.
That's right. You were heavily wounded.
Are you healing?
Oh, that's right. I did
Always.
take some fire damage. I took 48,
You were
right?
knocked down.
Well, we might take a short.
Multiple times.
And that was just last session.
Yeah, you were.
See, the
dead.
funny thing is I took the protection feat figuring that people next to me would be getting hit.
People next to you.
Good call.
Is there no one next to you ever?
There's no one next
No
to
one.
me.
I look to my left. I look to my right. There's no one there. Ever.
I see a Balrog taking a bite
Would
out
you
of my
like
I
to
don't wanna be
change
next
out
to
your
that.
fighting style?
Yeah, I just might, actually.
I have no problem with you.
Defensive.
I was thinking defensive. It's either defensive or duelist, but probably defensive.
Yeah. Tank,
So-
tank.
Cranking that up.
Perhaps we should take a short rest and catch our breaths
In a game mechanical sense.
in a literal and game mechanical kind of sense.
So, over the course of the hour, you guys, kind of plot and strategize.
You doing a Song of Rest?
I can definitely do that.
What is that? Is that D?
It should
That
be
is-
D10 now, right?
That's no. Oh yes. Song of Rest. I will definitely do Song of Rest. And so anyone that spends a hit die to gain back some hit points during our short rest will gain an additional D10, which I guess you can roll your own D10.
Yeah.
Unless
You
want
would
me to
just roll it when you're rolling. So, Lyndon,
one extra D10.
Yeah.
Sadly.
you arrive. You see the burn marks pretty much all over the cobbled stones. There's some that have like layered patterns to the scarring,
Good. I'm down 3.
but it's stone, so you know that it can be scrubbed and cleaned. And this is the noble section, so it probably will happen by somebody. And you see your companions, and some of their clothes are in horrific shape. How dare they actually get their clothes that you've so sewn for them burned and tattered.
I'm probably beyond actually getting.
Helmsworthy, you've missed quite the romp.
My word, would you be caught dead in such a tire? What are you doing? You have a reputation, an image to uphold.
Henri is spotless, of course.
Okay, good work, good work. I expect as much as you.
But of
My good
course.
sir.
Let me explain. No. It's too long. Let me sum up. And Henri will give you the highlights of the party's doings for the last, I guess it was 3 days actually.
Yeah.
Few days, where we've discovered a quill problem, which has apparently been addressed. We've captured the person that was assaulting the dwarves and sabotaging the wall and writing graffiti, which turned out to be Obsid, who is now mysteriously missing.
So relating to that, I seen Asen in betwixt Opposite disappearing and Asen aspirating. Well, it's good that that Terry's went with him because I mean, who knows what Asen's up to? Maybe they're in collusion.
With Obsid, I cannot say where he is right now.
I mean, he's a loose canyon. He's a.
I cannot say.
He is what keeps me up at night, good sir.
And for those of you at home, that was very choice words said by Lucky.
But of course, they are always choice words said by Lucky. Also, he goes on, furthermore, due to the knowledge of our newly found compatriot, we were able to determine the origins of the resurrection of the blood cultists. For it was a high-ranking noble whose only job it was to stay hidden and to make sure the blood cultists survived in this city. And that was Lord Solaren of the House Radaris. And we have confronted him, and with the paperwork that you provided, had a warrant for his arrest. But,
yeah, my hand's stiff from all that signing. My word.
Salutimon. And let us say that he resisted arrest. Hence, and turned into a flame demon, and his minions disintegrated into beings of fire and necrosis. And so there was a
mess.
There was a scuffle.
Scuffle. It ruins one's clothes, or has the potential to do so.
Yes.
I mean, especially if you're an unskilled adventurer.
Yeah.
I pat him on the back.
I flick an ash off of my sleeve.
I pat him on the back. Well, it is good that this matter is handily taken care of, and good work. Good work, all of you.
It seems like, though, for every blood cultist we kill, 17 more pop up.
Well, if you've ever gotten blood into a garment, you know how hard it is to get them out.
Perhaps we will find more clues as to the activities of this cult in the House Radaris here.
Well, I guess we shall take a peek around. Let's do so.
Now, is Rogar... Does he have any insight as to what might have happened to our Lord Solarium here? Does he have a feeling which one way or the other?
Well, either he himself transformed into the Balrog, or it was a juxtaposition that he went somewhere else and the Balrog showed up. Nobody,
Well, Rogar's pretty thorough. He's not convinced that he's gone.
Does our dwarf have any theories on this matter?
I feel like this noble in particular is going to be quite wily, and his master is unscrupulous, so I suspect we'll not be seeing him again. You know what? Can I Arcana that shit? Be like, try and figure out what happened, piece it together. I saw him explode, right, in the blood. Ooh. Come on, roll one so we can use the new one. Well, that's a 19. I needed to give you odds to.
I'm just going to have you make saving throws.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, if you roll one.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you got me covered. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not that lucky. I'll roll a 2.
Yeah. Well, then you're beat. I got nothing for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could always do that variant thing where you got to roll your defense value.
Just
The variant fuck you roll.
So does anybody else have a plan on how to enter this manor?
The manner in which we'll enter the manor?
Yes. What manner will we enter the manor?
I could take a peek in.
Do you need a boost?
Sure. Why not?
Fastball special.
Rogar.
Well, is there a window that's going to kind of look in? Is there a window to look in?
Nothing, in this. Nothing on the first floor.
Is the door locked?
No.
Oh.
Hemsworthy, you did fill out the proper paperwork and everything so we could do this, right?
Paperwork should make. Of course, I figured.
Paperwork? I'm the mayor. I don't fill paperwork.
I
am the law.
Badges?
So
I'm
I'm gonna stealthily open the wall and
We don't need no
take a
stinking
look
badges.
around for things.
All right, so it's a spectacular entryway.
Well appointed.
Do they have a peeing cherub fountain?
They do not have a peeing chair.
It looks like they have a fine mohair tapestry in the background, and look at the curve of those chairs. So I'm like describing the decor. It's a good one.
Marble pillars and
Lifestyle of Gryphongaff's rich and famous.
yeah, this is clearly one of the wealthiest families in the town, and their manor totally suits it.
Yeah. So I'm also looking for like lurking things that will kill us in the moment's instance. So.
And nothing seems out of place here. It's quiet. Arbalason, was able to tell you that despite the size of the manor, the family that was living there was dwindling. It is literally down to Solarin and 4 of his distant cousins.
Okay. Well, I wave people on. Oh, looks as safe as one could say things would be, to me.
I swing the door
So,
wide and kind of stride in a few steps.
I'll ask Arbalason, so what line of work was he in? Air quotes.
Garbage.
As you cross the threshold, you get a sense of confidence and power kind of just swell within you.
Within you.
It's within me.
Just stand still.
Stand still, laddie.
Yes, the rogue has encountered my traps.
Very stealthy.
You okay, Ryan?
Nate's quite the obstacle. But I've overcome the.
Next time you're better off just crawling across the table.
I'll just climb over Nate's lap. I think that'll be good.
I could have moved in.
Yeah.
So I suppose as that happens,
What's this
Rogar
pillar
kind
doing
of-
there?
You see his chest puff out. His shoulders are raised a little higher than they normally are.
So anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher definitely sees a sense of change in Rogar as he crosses the threshold.
Not me.
We're at 17.
You have a passive perception of 17?
Yes.
I will.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll give him a sideways glance, but I'll keep that in the back of my head. Yeah.
So do with it as you will. So again,
Do the environs make you stand up taller there, my dragonborn colleague?
Do I actually notice it? Like